And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Getting Sports or Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by
Mark.
Sheen Washable.
Yep.
Juicy Souls. Yep.
Chris Massey.
And the
Right. You went too slow. Everybody else was going fast. I tried to match the burp from the intro. And
yeah, it was close.
But unfortunately, a lot of the chicken Caesar salad for dinner came back up, and now I have a nice film of Italian / Caesar dressing in my mouth.
I'm so sorry.
It's Cesar. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, and everyone knows that you're gay.
No, I mean I'm happy. So, bleh.
It's like a fourth grade argument. Like,
are you playing with things?
Yeah.
I can't hear a thing.
Mark is
Better.
buying
No,
another Funko
lower.
Pop.
Mass, I'm going to punch you in the fucking
Why?
dick. All right.
I'm trying to adjust.
I quit. I quit the show.
All right.
Can you
Max,
adjust my volume up a little? Someone talk.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello,
no.
hello.
and welcome.
To Getting Sports or Drunk live on the PPRN Radio Network and
Also on
Spreaker.
Spreaker.
Where rat is a rat.
He's a rat.
He's a rat. All right, so real quick, starting lineups presented to you by nothing. Souls, what do you got?
From Sheben, I got nice cans. Don't ask me where it's from. I didn't look that far yet.
It's Connecticut beer.
It's a CT beer.
It's like kind of near your house.
Near Wolcott.
Welcome.
It's near Wolcott. I know it says Wolcott, but it's near it. Prove me wrong.
Mass Chris Massey.
I have no idea. Hold on.
Mocksheen Washable.
I have from America's oldest brewery.
And worst.
Not the worst. Sheben's the worst.
No, it's not. It's
They're-
not the worst.
They're terrible.
But it's not the worst.
A Yingling Black and Tan.
Yeah, made with real
You know who's the
piss.
worst? Should I say it? No, I'm not. They're our friends.
Wow.
From Sheben Brewing in Wolcott, Connecticut, I'm drinking pumpkin spice cannoli from the Riddler collection.
First of all, it's Wolcott.
No, it's from the
I like
from
Wolcott.
I like Wolcott too.
Connoisseur Media Collection
Indeed.
Connoisseur Media Collection.
from Sheben Brewing. There's a theme here. I'm drinking. These are a few of my favorite things. A New England IPA
Are they a connoisseur sponsor, Kendall?
from just outside of
I don't think
Wolcott.
so.
Can we get that to happen?
Kendall?
So did someone just buy a bunch of bad beer?
Actually, a listener brought that. So I think that they worked there. Like, hey, blah blah blah. I have a smell.
That's exactly how it went down. It was just like the whole like.
Hey, is Kendall here? Blah, blah, blah.
Beaker?
What was Beaker's boss's name?
Chef?
Speaker?
Swedish chef. Okay, you're saying a chef was the boss of a scientist?
They both wear lab coats.
That was his next argument. You know it.
No.
What are you drinking, rat?
Smell like I sound.
So
Carton
bad?
on the road. I don't know who
Ooh,
brought this.
That's from the Kyle Souls collection.
Yeah, you cheap fuck.
Kyle, I paid for the nips,
Well, we all did.
Whoa.
so I can't say I'm excluded.
Speaking of nips, the private stock has returned. And
Hooray.
It's in a
Dun,
nice
dun, dun, dun.
wine bottle. It's got a wood label on it that I'm sure Mock will peel off at some point to play with.
I'm looking to get after that cork
Why?
because I want to break it.
But don't do that.
Just trap it all in there for eternity.
I can get you a bag of corks.
I want to bite it.
I can get you a bag of corks. I have a bag of 1,000 corks.
It's
Why?
not the same
Why is
do you
it
have-
the same?
Why do you have a bag of 1,000 corks?
because he sells them.
Yeah. I'm a cork salesman.
Wholesaler.
Yeah. Every time you go into an office, cork boards, that's all me, dude.
Well,
I don't
Matt's
sell the
gotta
cork
take the
boards.
first
I
shot
actually
of that.
I sell the cork to the corkboard guy. They melt the cork down into the cork boards.
It's a tough process.
Yeah.
Melt the cork.
So anyway, just to name a few. Oh, actually, everybody bought 3 nips to go in it as the old standard. So we'll go around the horn real quick. Kendall, what 3 nips did you buy?
From New Amsterdam. Mango, peach, and the blue one.
Regular.
Regular.
I actually have a bottle. Hopefully, none of my coworkers are listening. Of New Amsterdam, the NHL edition bottle. It's in the car. You don't have to take them out, Mass.
I couldn't remember what they were.
Well, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, I know.
Souls?
No idea. The guy gave them to me.
You had Souls had Smirnoff zero sugar infusions, which have all 3 flavors. Which I believe was like straw.
It's healthy.
It's like
Cucumber and lime.
Cucumber.
Cucumber.
Strawberry and rose.
I had nothing.
Rose.
to know.
Rose.
And watermelon and mint.
You know, until Paul corrected him, it's like, oh, Rose, of course, that makes sense. And then after he said it, like, Mass, you dumbass.
Like, yeah, there's a pricker in here.
Mock Sheen, the 3.
I bought the that Hellboy
Cinnamon
whiskey
whiskey.
there. Rumpelmans. And the third one, it's escaping me.
Was it at the? Did you bring the peppermint whiskey?
That's the Rumpelmans.
Oh, is it?
It's not whiskey.
Oh, man,
What is it?
what was the third one?
Sambuca.
Sambuca.
Ooh.
Nutella.
Chris Massey?
I ended up bringing Malibu Red.
Could you read the description on the nip for us?
Yeah, sure. Malibu made with Caribbean rum, tequila, and coconut liqueur.
It's a cocktail.
Jim Beam bourbon and Fireball.
This is going to be rough.
So you got the Hellboy fake? Riddler, you brought.
I don't even remember now that we're rattling all these off.
I know you had the peanut butter one.
Oh, yeah. Sheepdog peanut butter whiskey.
That's the one I was thinking of.
It'd be funny if it was just peanut whiskey.
Oh.
This is our cashew.
Absolute apple juice vodka.
Ugh.
Apple juice.
And, I don't remember what the other one was.
Was there a black label or something in there? Or was that yours?
Parrot Bay 90 proof. And then we added 1 coconut 99 from the Souls bucket.
Just a splash.
So remember, boys, mistakes, all kinds of private stock wagers can be made.
Yeah, that's right. Massey owes one.
I'd like to start doing private stock wagers on the show.
Massey owes one.
And Mass does owe a private stock, so you get to take the first one there. This is going to be a one-time use bottle, because then I got to get one with a screw top. No, I can't do that either, because Mock will just bend the screw cap.
No, I'm good with the
Guys,
screw caps. It's just the corks.
This smells strange.
I like to have the cork noise. That's the problem.
That won't happen with this.
Is this
It doesn't happen with wine bottles. That's a liquor thing, and it won't happen with the wine bottles, the shape.
If you try hard enough.
It won't. Go ahead. What do you got?
That's an interesting taste.
A lot of peanut butter and mint.
Well, a lot of apple in that.
Tastes like a Colgate Jiffy Pop.
Kind of does.
Jiffy Pop. They should make a butter flavored vodka.
They have.
America.
They have.
Have they?
Yeah. You can buy, actually in Texas they have a vodka that they bottle it with a Twinkie in it, and it's like a race to buy it while there's still Twinkie.
Ugh.
Because it just dissolves it. And then at the bottom is just kind of like a hump of cream.
I drink that.
There's a lot of things you would drink.
And the first private stock shot goes to.
I did it on purpose.
Actually, that's private stock for you, sir, because Mass was the first one.
Oh! Kendall should do it because he wants to.
Around the horn.
Around the horn.
Right.
It's back. We got to do it. Mass, you can not be exempt.
Now, is this historic? Is this the first time in a wine bottle?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Is it the first time?
I don't know.
We should have it in a Seagram bottle.
Hold on. It's not good, but I could drink this on ice.
So, history shows that's most of the private
Yeah,
stock.
it's just you start adding a lot of flavors. See, for me,
Hold on.
there's still too much.
I'm getting a little vibration.
Oh, and it broke. It'd be hilarious if as he was doing that, the bottom blew out right into his crotch.
What would you do?
So
Take 'em
I'm
off.
getting some of the mint. I
It
smell
just
the
tastes
mint.
like cinnamon to me.
Got that good vibration.
Marky Mark.
Here we go.
Was there any wine
Like, it
notes?
could be worse. It could be worse.
Like, I'm not out on it.
Yeah. Remember, every week we top it off with the Graves.
It's actually kind of smooth.
I like how he said that with like a nasal congestion. It's kind of.
Here, Rebecca, be careful. I'm not corking it.
Rebecca, you may like that.
Yeah, you have to try it, Rebecca.
Yeah, Rebecca, I would actually say
Part of
try
it. Just do it.
Just drink the whole thing, Rebecca.
Only one of us has syphilis.
Kendall will drive home.
And it's the one who hasn't drank yet.
That's right.
Kendall, remind us how you got syphilis? Jail rape. That's right.
Oh God.
Rebecca. Everyone look at her.
It's a 3-hour radio show.
And we're back.
It's really not bad.
I just she threw up on her breast.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Oh, it's not bad, but it's not really bad.
There's just a burn factor.
Hey, Ken,
I
here you
like
go.
how Ken always does the nose thing.
Like he's sophisticated, but the guy's a fucking rat.
It's all right. That's
Kendall,
all right.
Kendall, if I give you $5, would you drink that entire thing?
I do it for free.
Just ask him.
All right. So toast excellence.
I'll
So,
go
Paul,
first.
well,
Should I just go
hold on.
first? 'Cause I have a
can we-
bunch.
Can we get Paul's 37 out of the way?
All right, that's fair.
Oh, for your rant, do you want music?
I'm actually probably going to skip the rant.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want you to.
Well, it doesn't apply.
What rant are you going to do?
All right. So
We should submit rants.
how many of
too.
these did I have?
4 or 5.
I only had 3, 4, 6. Oh, there's a dozen of them. No, all right. So the first one is to Kobe White, the rookie point guard of the Chicago Bulls, become the first player since they started recording starter stats in the 70s to record 30-plus points in back-to-back games off the bench.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Shut up, Mass.
Also going to give a toast of excellence to Michael Jordan for the they did that whole Kobe funeral
Mhm.
at the Staples Center. There's really no other word for it. I don't consider it a tribute because everyone's dressed in black. And Shaq had a funny thing, but Michael Jordan's was way better because he was like, Kobe got me now there's just gonna be another meme of me
Yeah.
crying, and I was just like,
I told my wife I wasn't going to cry. I don't want to
Just-
see it the next 4 years.
it was so funny. I just thought it
He
was
gave a
so
good
funny.
speech.
Yeah, he did. Another one goes out to Sean Potter, who is nobody of any importance at all. But the XFL on Fox tweeted out, "What city needs an XFL team for next season?" And Sean Potter replied, "Detroit's been looking for a professional football team since the 50s." And I was like, that is hilarious. So big shout out to Sean Potter. Thanks for listening. And that's it.
Souls?
Oh, no. And then there was Jeremiah Robinson.
Why are we shouting out Jeremiah Robinson?
So Jeremiah Robinson, who played both point and shooting guard at UNH, as well as is a manager for the Eastern baseball team. Now, I don't know this man personally, but I ran into him today. He was driving an A. Dewey Pile semi-truck. He pulled into a same
lucky.
gas station as me, and he was bumping "You Belong With Me" by Taylor Swift, but dubbed into it was "Party Up" by DMX, and he kept the truck on while pumping diesel so he could blast it, and he was going fucking ham. And so I just went up to him and I was like, "Where'd you find this song?" He goes, "Man, I made it." And I was like, "That's awesome." He goes, "Yeah, man, I'm Jeremiah Robinson. I'll leave what he looks like to your imaginations." But he was like, "I'm Jeremiah Robinson, man." I was like, "Oh, cool." I was like, "This is pretty cool that you did this." And he was like, "Yeah, man." He goes, "I used to run point down at UNH, but now I coach baseball." I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Where?" He goes, "Eastern." I was like, "Oh, I went to Eastern." He goes, "Man, that Holowati guy was a dick." And I was like, "All right." He goes, "All right, brother, have a good one." And then he just takes the pump out, with the handle still pushed down, spilled diesel all over the ground, put it back in, and then just left.
So
But he did sports, so I think it fits.
So when you texted us saying that you were calling using that guy as your toast to excellence today, I was like, who is it? So I Googled it, and there's a basketball player that plays, I think, for Villanova right now with that name, but he didn't do anything. I was like, what is happening here?
So there's my toast of excellence.
Nice. Souls?
So my toast of excellence, I actually have one today. And to David Aries.
That's not how you say it.
Whatever. Tom saying it.
Should have went before Kyle.
Oh, we just got this big surge of hockey shout-outs all of a sudden?
He went the emergency goalie for the Carolina Hurricanes. He stopped 8 of 10 shots. The first 2 went in, but the last 8 he saved, and they won the game 6-3.
Which is pretty fucking cool.
Shout out to Dave.
I paid
So-
$500 for that game.
So it's funny because I was trying to figure out today, and I know Paul could probably speak better than me, but the emergency goalie thing, how it works.
Basically, there's a rule in state that if
Like the home team just provides one for both teams, right? Like the guy can go for either side.
No, it's way more wild than that. So you have two goalies dressed, one to start and one to bench. If both of them are unable to compete, you can take anybody in the arena and put them in goal. Literally anybody, though. But you can, they can say, "Hey, our emergency goalie is the Zamboni guy. He played collegiate goalie. He tried out, blah blah blah." But they can literally just go, "Nah, we want the hot dog guy," and they can just put him in pads and get him in goal. That's it. Anybody in the arena can play goalie.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Except me.
Well, you're not in the arena, but you could if you were there.
Nah.
Kendall, go ahead.
It happened I think it was 6 or 7 years ago, and they were doing they were honoring, who was it? I think it was actually the Hurricanes. They were honoring the 2004 Stanley Cup champions. They were there or whatever, and they had to go to the emergency goaltender, and they were trying really hard to get the retired Stanley Cup champion goalie out of a suit and into pads for the last part of the game. And he's like, "Nah." And then they brought in some guy that let up 6 goals on 4 shots because he scored it himself. I'm sure. Mass.
My shout out is a toast of disexcellence. Greg Robinson, way to go, bro. Got caught with 153 pounds of weed coming across the border.
The actor?
Thumbs up.
Take your panties off.
Just
ain't no penny like a no penny party.
How stupid you have to be.
Hey man, gangsters gonna gangst.
Ask Greg.
Boo. Kelly, watch any good porn lately?
No.
That's fair.
Nothing out of them.
Mark?
My toast is to a funny thing that Joe Burrow said.
Yes.
Some tweet came out telling him that the NFL football is going to slip out of his hands because he's got small hands. So he said that he's considering retirement.
I saw something about that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of funny.
And as you know, what's my favorite thing in the entire world?
The Chargers.
Tom Brady.
Alexa.
Oh, come on. You guys are really overthinking this.
Alexa.
Throwback jerseys, any alternate jersey. So it's
More
actually,
so than Alexa Bliss?
let's talk later. So it's actually 2. The LA Kings wore inspired Lakers purple. It was actually very cool. Warm-ups. And I saw this. Riddler could help me more. There was a Jurassic Park inspired. I don't know if it was NHL or minor league, but it was a Jurassic Park inspired jersey theme. It was pretty cool.
I'm not going to help you.
Oh, well. It was cool.
Just
Check it
like
out.
flour.
I
Search
want you
it.
to sink.
Google it. The internet will show you.
Toast him.
Well done.
Oh boy. Gonna need some Lysol wipes too.
Rather have the private stock.
I'll tell you what, other than this thing cum shotting down my throat, it was pretty tasty.
So there's a spider over there.
Bum, 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 bum,
I thought he was doing the storage word. Do do do.
That's a favorite of
Can I
mine.
taste how bad this is?
Hey, there's 3 more.
I'm allergic to squash, so.
It's true. I have my question for shot trivia, and my shot is in the fridge.
I'll go get it.
Mark dropped it.
Oh,
It didn't open, though.
All right, Kendall, what's the
all right. Well, as for most of the people on the show, Steve Cishek is a favorite.
What?
We're on a
Okay.
really bad roll because I have no idea what that is.
Okay.
I was like,
No.
what?
Well, I mean, I think most of the room, Maki, you recognize the name, right? I guess not. So, 3 out of 5 people know.
Oh, this is going to be brutal.
All right.
What team do you play for now, Ken?
Well, I have it up here.
What sport does he play?
Yeah, can you answer the team so I know?
So,
Right now, he played for the White Sox.
All right.
all we're looking for
Oh,
today-
JB Shuck?
No.
Now, I will give you guys some hints. Because I just want to know his batting average career.
Jesus Christ.
What was his name again?
Steve Cishek. Now, keep in mind, bless you.
You get to pick the order.
He is.
You get to pick the order.
He's a pitcher.
Can we have how many years he's been in the league?
Yes, he's been in the league 10 years,
Okay.
and the majority of his time has been spent in the National League.
Can you give us an order to guess in?
Yes, we're going to begin with
I got this.
Kyle,
right.
Mass, Paul, Mock.
All right.
All right, here's the guys. All right, here's what we got to do. Kyle, you're the best at this, right? Okay, just come up with a number right now that you think is pretty close.
Okay.
All right,
Collusion.
you're gonna. We're gonna. You need to. Who's going first? You.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You're gonna say that number. You're gonna say .001 higher. I'm gonna say .001 less.
What's Mock gonna say?
Whatever he wants, but then he can't be in the middle still. He's got to be an outlier.
I kind of have a guess.
No,
but-
I'm just kidding. Kyle, go ahead. Pick a number.
Ooh, wow.
0.
So he's hitless?
Yeah.
All right. Could you give us the correct batting average, though? What would that be?
.000.
Thank you. Or 0-100 for the listeners.
0.064.
My turn?
Yes.
All right. 0.101.
I had .075 in my head from the start.
All right. He has one hit for .111.
Fuck.
I was the closest.
Yeah, you were, what 10 away?
Point
10
point
away?
one away.
Point one, yeah.
Yeah!
What team did you get the hit for?
How many at bats has he had?
Like 4. He's a fucking closer relief pitcher.
So, Kyle, I will say, it looks like there's no floating element in this.
There's
See, that's the
not.
route I went on it. I was like, you know what? He's got at least one hit, maybe tops 3, but I feel like he hasn't had a lot of. Because I knew he was a bullpen guy.
He's had 9 at-bats.
1 for 9. So yeah,
All with the Marlin.
Actually, a majority of them were with the Cubs for some reason.
They like to use their pitchers.
Nice.
All right.
I'm not drinking this whole thing.
You don't have to. It is actually fairly close to being an actual shot. It's a little over, but I did the measurements.
Am I going to throw up?
That's not a shot.
That is way more than a shot.
No, what I'm saying is, like, if you were to pour it, it would be mostly into a shot glass.
Yeah, still not drinking the whole
No,
thing.
it wouldn't.
No way.
Then pour it into the glass.
Bring it over.
No, we're not doing this.
Just-
But no. Look, here's the deal. Out of all the people here, I have 10 plus years in the industry. All of you have 0, not counting drinking.
Well, that's unfair.
It doesn't smell bad though, does it, Kyle?
Is there maple syrup in there?
Yes.
Maybe.
Can I give it a sniff?
Yeah.
Kyle, I'm actually leave some of it because I'm going to try some.
So, like, I'm kind of
Mass is just like the funnier Kendall when it comes to this. Mass is, I want to try it because it sounds weird. Kendall's like, it's got booze in it, so here, give it to me.
Like, I'm kind of upset because now my hands are sticky.
I don't think it's maple syrup, but I think you're on the right track.
There's some kind of syrup. It might be Aunt Jemima or some shit.
No,
That's maple syrup. You
No,
dumbass.
that's breakfast syrup. There's a difference.
Because that's not what maple syrup is.
It's not maple syrup.
You said Aunt Jemima.
That's
After
not maple syrup.
What is it?
It's breakfast syrup. There is a difference.
was not familiar with this difference, but I'm intrigued.
You go to Vermont and talk about Aunt Jemima.
All right.
Back the way you came.
I tell you what, if Kyle slammed that whole thing, I would lose it.
Souls.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Send it
What
over.
do you think? I was thinking about going public with this.
Let me tell you something.
What are you going to call it? You got to come up with a name.
Ooh, I didn't think about
Let me
it.
tell you.
Sticky surprise.
So,
What's in it, Kyle? What are the 3 ingredients? What do you think?
no idea. Can only taste one.
So what is it?
Well, there's some type of syrup in there.
Breakfast or maple?
Some type of brown syrup.
Is it Aunt Jemima?
It is not.
Is it Stop and Shop brand?
It is not.
Is there vodka in this?
No,
Is there a bourbon?
there is not.
Is there?
So I would like Paul to try because he has a pretty discerning palate.
Is there gin?
There's not.
See, I'm trying to think what... Because, I know Kendall has a good scotch shelf.
Is there graves in that?
There's not. Listen, if I had graves at the house, there wouldn't be any graves at the house.
Yeah, that's like the one rule we
It's maple syrup and Jaeger.
All right, there's
That's
two.
the smell I
Wow,
was getting.
all right.
Yeah, I know that. This is pretty good.
See, I didn't see. I got lucky. You guys are all fucked for next week.
So I'm not a dick.
Is there apple cider vinegar in this?
No, it's another
Liquor?
liqueur type thing.
Apple cider vodka.
It wasn't a very helpful hint, but
Di Serono?
no.
Is it the juice from a Twizzler?
All right, what is it? What's the third ingredient?
It's the triple sec that the crap company makes.
Oh, like a Hiram Walker?
Yeah.
Or to Kuiper?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Is it the one with the fish?
You know what that kind of tastes like? You know what that kind of tastes like? It kind of tastes like the Alice in Wonderland almost.
Yeah?
Yeah, like a maple version.
And the maple syrup
Yeah, the
is
maple kind.
from Cracker Barrel, sugar-free.
So Rebecca bought that.
Read. All right. So,
Kendall, you want to finish this off?
No, that's right. I want you guys to enjoy.
Don't act like you're
No,
not
we're
gonna-
done.
Just we'll add it to the
Dude,
private
that
stuff.
syrup
All
must
right.
be...
Kyle's
at least-
concerned about the age of the syrup. That's what he's upset
No,
about.
no. And syrup doesn't age like... It's like honey.
Oh, yeah?
It's full of
Well,
sugar.
Later. All right. So, Souls, you have shot trivia next week.
Yep.
All right. Oh, we got to come up with a name for this. I was thinking we could call it No Mass.
The Sirmeister.
come on, Kendall. You got to give it a name. You made it.
I like this.
All right. Here's the thing. When we come back in the second hour, you have to have a name.
Okay.
All right. You
I
got a
will.
half hour to think about it plus the break.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right. So, what are we going to talk about? For the
We
first
can do my
hour?
thing if you want.
What thing?
The trade thing.
No, Kyle. I told you to do that in the third hour. I literally said that to you several times.
Never listen.
Yeah, I know. We could do one of those ladder things if you want that Mass has.
Yeah.
The what?
The ladder thing.
The
The domino
yeah,
action.
the NFL chain.
The thing where it's like, oh, you have to suck this dick because she sucked that dick.
Gotcha.
Kendall, just search that in. Suck this dick because she sucked that dick.
Naked.
Because you can suck this dick, or you
You're
can
gonna
suck
want
that
to go
dick.
to
Give me a second. I'll find
incognito.
what it is.
I'm pretty dissatisfied with my search terms.
So, Kendall, while he's looking it up, I have a serious question for you. While he's looking it up, I got a serious question for you, Kendall.
Yes.
In your... oh, he already got it, Mass.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's funny because NFL Domino's, of course, the first thing that comes up is Domino's with the NFL logos.
Yeah, yeah.
Then Domino's Pizza and so on. Okay.
So let me ask a question. In your self-pleasure days,
Okay.
what is the actual, like, highest page number you've ever gotten to while searching for a video? Past the teens?
No. I've usually settled by 17. Or start over.
I got to do a miss.
Refresh.
Actually, I usually start over like 8 or 9 times. So by 6, I don't find what I'm looking for. No, it's not here then. It doesn't exist.
What's the highest you've gone?
And nothing worse is when you get a
What's
repeat.
the highest you've gone?
So, one time I made it into the 60s.
What?
Yeah, but that was because, like, I remember seeing a video,
Yeah.
like, in a somewhat recent time frame, and I was like, well, it's got to be on recent upload, so click.
Then you realize it was like 6 years ago.
No, not that. It was just, and then, like, 4 days later, I found it, like, on page 4, and I was like, well, skipped it by accident there. All right, let's do the Tom Brady one. Tom Brady to the
We've
Bears.
already done Tom Brady.
No, that one's the Patriots.
So we're gonna do AJ
Oh, I see what's
Green.
happening.
We're gonna do AJ Green to the 49ers.
Why don't you suck a dick? How about that one, you
Okay.
suck a dicker?
Gonna let him, there we go. Ah, gotcha. Oh, missed him. I don't understand how this works. It worked the other time.
Just hit start.
Does this need,
I think you got to hit start, Kendall.
Yeah, there you go.
well, now I get to pick. Nope.
Keep going.
Wait, you're telling me that white guy is not AJ Green?
All right, we got him.
All right. So, starting off this domino effect, you got AJ Green signing a 4-year, $84 million contract with the 49ers.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, so they get rid of Sanders. He leaves in free agency. They need another number 1.
I just don't think the years of money is going to be the thing.
So why wouldn't they just re-sign Sanders? I mean, if you're looking at that contract, 4-year, $84 million.
Forgot they didn't play last year.
But even beyond that, I mean, Sanders has already played with Garoppolo for what, 2 seasons, or not 2
Well,
seasons.
so let's say you give him this deal. You give him guarantees of maybe $25 million.
Okay.
You don't guarantee any of the rest of it.
So
he
which
either-
player are you talking about?
AJ Green.
Okay.
So he either sucks that first year, and then you can cut him with minimal loss the next year.
But then you're just eating money at that point.
Can't
Or-
eat money, it's not sustainable.
Prove it.
So I'm sort of on the same. Like, I get like
What I'm saying, right? You can't eat money.
Right.
It's not real.
AJ Green and Sanders. They're different, but there's some similar talent wise. Some seems like a lateral move of sorts.
To pay more money, I don't see it.
I think AJ Green's going to get a 1-year deal.
Where do you think he goes? All right. Anyways, that's not the point of this conversation. Let's say this does happen.
Okay.
They are going to be the exact same age. Or, no, Emmanuel Sanders is a year older than AJ Green. So next up is the Emmanuel Sanders gets a 4-year, $40 million deal with the Jets after Quincy Enunwa leaves.
That's fine.
So, I'm just looking ahead. Like, I don't like this one. Because I don't see a world where, like, Anderson would warrant...
We didn't get there yet. People don't know.
But, no, I know. But I'm saying, like... I don't see this one happening either.
I see Emmanuel Sanders going to the Jets. Because they like to spend stupid money. I'm not saying it's stupid, but it's like... You know what I'm saying.
Well, the Jets have like made it known that they're looking for receiver help of some sort, whatever that is.
And they're probably going to take a receiver in the first round.
And suck some dick doing it.
Perhaps.
I don't see... I mean, Sanders has been a guy, especially the last year, I mean, that's been on these contending teams. I don't see him going to a non-contender.
All right. So speaking of the Jets' mishaps, Robbie Anderson leaves and signs a 4-year, $52 million contract with the Packers, which I think is expensive as hell for him.
I think it's right on pace. I mean, he's put up... did he put up 1,000 yards last year?
I don't even know if he got that high. He might have, but he's also the only person to throw to.
But exactly, but he's the one getting all of the targets. And all
Enunwa was out. Who else is there to throw to?
Exactly, but that's the reason why he's that much better, because he's getting the number ones. He's getting the double teams.
So I guess what we'll call his, quote, breakout year was this past season.
He got 779 yards.
Yeah, that's good for that team. Sam Darnold didn't play half the year, and he had fucking... Whatever that fucking guy was playing the Patriots, and he threw like 4 interceptions and completed 3 passes in 2 games.
Oh
Not his fault.
I forgot about that.
Yards.
That was their third string, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Luke Falk. Trevor Simeon got knocked out 2 minutes before he started.
So I'm looking at this deal, and to me, it's going to be he would be 2 years in, and the Packers are going to regret signing him.
Yes.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's a good number 2, especially a number 2 for that much money.
Dude, he was a decent number 1 for the Jets.
So here's my thing too, though. I don't think that the
You're paying
Packers,
your number 2 wide receiver $13 million a year.
That's what they go for.
I don't think that the Packers need to pay him that much for. I mean,
They do, because the receiving core is trash.
that's not true though, because Devontae Adams is good,
Yeah.
and towards the end of that season, that Lazard kid came out. I would take Lazard over him because you're going to get him much
I
cheaper,
wouldn't.
and he has a rapport with Aaron Rodgers. I don't think they need to pay a slightly above mediocre receiver that big money when the team has.
He's
other
getting more
needs.
money than Emmanuel Sanders. Put Emmanuel Sanders
That's what
in
I
Green
mean.
Bay.
That would make more sense.
But he's also light years younger.
But he's better.
He'll finish out his career with Rodgers. There you go. That's it. All right, so we're all pretty much on the page that we hate this, but that's all right. Austin Hooper signs a 5-year, $55 million deal with the Patriots.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's happening regardless of if it happens before.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they trade for O.J. Howard.
They might do both.
Imagine.
It's a Patriots thing to do.
They really could do. I mean,
That's like the perfect fit.
Yeah.
For both of them, yeah.
Well, more for that.
listen, they're going to try and get like Cameron Brate in Austin.
I look at the next one. I don't even fucking care.
Patriots send a 5th-round pick to the 49ers for Dante Pettis.
Who gives a shit? They got supposed to be good for the last 4 years and have done nothing.
Was he a Ram at any point?
Pettis? No.
He's had a couple of like blow up games.
Yeah, game. And that was it.
I tell you what, he signs with New England. He's going to the Pro Bowl.
Probably.
Write that down.
Also, the next one, who cares?
Nelson Aguilar signs a 1-year, $8 million deal with the Colts.
So what?
It's like, hey, this just happened by
Pay attention to us, too.
We got to pick a different one.
Well,
All right.
here we are.
Well, that's the end of it.
Quick thing about Nelson Aguilar thing. They have Devin Funchess coming back. Zach Pascal didn't do bad, and T.Y. Hilton's going to be healthy. You got 3 receivers. You don't need them. All right?
I don't think anybody needs Nelson Aguilar.
I mean, he's a good route runner. Just can't catch.
Can't catch.
Right. He can drop passes on the East Coast.
Dude, don't get loud with me because your Rams fucking suck, all right?
Don't get loud with me.
All right.
Can we do the Melvin Gordon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these next two we'll tackle back to back.
Can we do the Bucks one?
That's what it's on, Kyle.
No, because they had to charge him at first.
No, it's showing their former team, and then
Ew, scandalous.
So Melvin Gordon signs a 4-year, $36 million deal with the Bucks.
See it.
yeah,
I would not hate this. Gives him a chance to basically refresh. Gives him a wonderful coach that knew how to use what was his name? David
Johnson.
David Johnson in Arizona. So I mean, I could see a revival with Melvin Gordon's career with this.
It's not really a revival. He just sat out and took a long time to get back to normal.
he bet on himself with the sit out, and it didn't pan out. And I mean, he came out and said it too. He's like, that was a bad move.
Yeah, he said he's never gonna do it again.
But I still think I could see this happening. I just think it's a little bit more money. I think it would be like for 40. I think you get 10 a year.
I guess I can see that. Patriots send a 3rd and 5th round pick to the Chargers for Austin Eckler.
For what?
So what's the James White situation?
He's still there.
James White is the only serviceable back. They have Burkhead that flexes in there every now and then, but Sonny Michel got the most touches, I think, in the league last year and ran for like 3.7 a carry.
Yeah, but his O-line was trash. But you don't need another fucking receiving back. You got James White. You're probably one of the best in the game.
But that's what I mean. I mean, where is he contract wise and whatnot?
Eckler?
No,
James White. I think his contract's up after next year.
Because we see that time and again with the Patriots that they'll get rid of a guy a year early and get what they can for him. You know what I mean?
You know, I feel like the Chargers got a decent deal out what they got out of Eckler this year. I feel like they would want to hold on to that. I think there was some chemistry there that it just worked.
I see one of them leaving, not both.
It'll depend on.
So this is his last year.
It's James White's last year, and that's what I mean. Some team's gonna pay him. It was like Deion Lewis. Some team's gonna pay him big money, and it probably won't be New England. But if the Chargers let Gordon walk and then trade Eckler, I mean they're just kind of
that
full
takes
rebuild.
That takes us into the next thing. LaShawn McCoy signs a 1-year, $1 million deal with the Chargers.
Yeah, whatever.
He's going to retire.
I think he plays one more.
You got nothing else to prove.
He's got a Super Bowl ring.
I'm saying.
Did he play?
No, he was inactive.
He played, though. He got the ring.
Yeah, I think he would just stay in Kansas City for dirt cheap money if he wants to keep playing.
Yeah.
He's got nothing. He's tired. This next thing is happening regardless.
New England cuts Rex Burkhead. Signs with the Lions.
Yeah,
Follows Danny Amendola.
Basically, if I read that headline tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, Patriots will save cap space by doing it. I mean, especially if they end up getting Eckler, I don't think it's, out of the realm of possibility for them to do that. Same player.
Yeah.
Falcons cut Devonta Freeman, who signs a 2-year deal with the Texans.
I can see it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Better than Carlos Hyde.
Is he though?
But Kyle Hyde didn't run bad for them last year.
No, but he's still better. He's better pass
When he's
catcher.
on the field.
Better. He's better for that team.
When he's on the field, he was barely on the field at all last year.
Okay.
He
Talk
was
about
barely on the
fit.
field the year
Talk
before
about
that too.
Fit.
So what is interesting is what's projected for the running backs in Houston is that three of the 5 on the roster. No, that doesn't. I'm just saying 3 out of 5 are free agents this year. So let's say that 3 go elsewhere. Then you got Duke Johnson and one other scrub. So it could happen and would make some sense if those guys don't resign or go elsewhere.
Who's the next running back in Atlanta?
Atlanta?
Ito
Smith, yeah.
He was pretty awful.
Falcons could only draft one or trade for Le'Veon Bell. I don't know.
All right, so somebody start doing homework
The
for
first,
Livy and Bill
the
package.
first thing up there, Atlanta needs to get cheaper at running back. Let's bring in Bell.
I think he's still cheaper than Freeman.
Bell's making like $14 million a year.
I still think he's cheaper than Freeman.
I don't know.
Kenyon Drake signs a 4-year, $30 million deal with Washington. Why?
Well, Geis was supposed to be the guy, and he hasn't played at all since he got drafted.
Yeah, but I don't think they're ready to give up because the games he's played, he's been good.
He's played 5 games.
Yeah.
In
Well,
2 seasons.
Why would he leave Arizona? He fucking thrived.
Right, he thrived in a strong offense. You know who else thrived in a Ron Rivera offense?
Yeah, you know
Christian
who,
McCaffrey.
yeah, you know who thrived in who's going to thrive in the next offense? Christian McCaffrey.
You think he's going to leave to follow to Washington?
No, Christian McCaffrey is going to be a Panther for life and be the best running back of all time.
All right.
Well, heard it here first.
Yeah.
Shot bet 60 years from now.
Bring it, bitch.
I don't know. I wouldn't hate this move, especially if Ron is trying to remake this
But
team.
they
in his
have
image.
Adrian Peterson too. Like,
Adrian Peterson's like 86.
it doesn't matter. They don't need him. They're not going to sign him. They have way too many other needs on that team besides a running back.
So I don't think Drake stays in Arizona. I think it was just something that just happened in during the season.
Going
last
back
year.
to Miami.
He popped at the right time. It's going to earn him a big deal.
Going back to Miami.
Good.
All right. Let's move on to the next one, Kendall.
What do you got?
Phil Rivers joins his former teammate Melvin Gordon in
Which
Tampa.
would be hilarious.
It really would be. 3-year, $90 million deal with an out. So, $30 million a year for Philip Rivers after the year he had last year seems like a bit of a steep deal.
Not what they've been dealing with.
But again, I mean, you look at the quarterback market. That's like the new average. If your starter's getting paid, you know.
It's either he's getting paid 3 for 10 or you're paying Jameis 1 for 27. Your choice.
Wait. Say that again?
1 for 27, 1-year deal for $27 million.
That's what his
Yeah, but what was the other option?
him. 3 for
Philip
10.
Rivers for
Well, it's 3 for $90.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That
What did
sounds
he
like
say?
3 for 10. Do
Oh.
that.
I didn't see the 90 part. At least he's
Um,
proven.
proven, but he fell off a cliff last year.
Yeah, he also, when he said hike, 41 dudes
Yeah,
were
the line. I mean, their defense got hurt. It was a tough. He got a tough deal last year. I think he can kind of revitalize in Tampa with.
Also, he played with no fans. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
I think once that team moved, I think that kind of derailed his whole like mojo out there.
He moved his family down to Tampa. Well, not Tampa, but
What,
Florida.
they made to the playoffs last year or the year
But
before.
but I just it's
but they had a
just
sick defense.
that's what I mean. The past year the defense was hurt. I think that move they didn't like that move. Like the players didn't like the move.
Nobody liked that move.
So I mean,
The only
I
one who
think
liked
it was
that move was
just
Spanos.
Yeah.
it was just
See, Thanos?
Spanos, asshole.
Say.
But I think him in Tampa, I mean, you put him with Mike Evans and Godwin. I mean, I think he can
Melvin Gordon in the backfield again.
jump right back. You know,
and
And in an Arians
the
offense.
Bucks need a guy that could throw the ball down the field.
Right.
And that would be a perfect fit for
Yeah.
the
He
stretch
loves
the
the
field
long
receivers.
ball, and he's got Mike Evans.
I wouldn't hate this. I really wouldn't. But I'm curious as to what Tampa would do. Would they tell Jameis to come back on a couple-year deal and try and learn behind him, or just
No.
tell him to get fucked?
because he would be too much money to sit.
He's gone.
He'd be gone.
Then they draft the quarterback of the future.
Yeah.
Would it be smart to do that this year and let him learn under Rivers?
Maybe.
Not in the first round.
What pick do they have?
Like 8.
Oh yeah, maybe not then. All right. Well, next up, Teddy Bridgewater signs a 3-year, $90 million with the Chargers.
Yeah, dude. Let me tell you something. If this happens, Kendall pick Keenan Allen. Slants for days, baby.
Oh, I'm picking everybody. All the Chargers. It'll work eventually.
Will it?
Oh yeah, it will.
All right.
Who cares? Just say it. It makes sense.
Yeah, who cares? Baltimore trades a 7th-round pick for Tyrod Taylor.
It's,
Cool.
It's RG3 2.0.
But RG3 is still there, isn't he?
Yeah, but, like, who cares?
Hey, Tyrod Taylor played in a wild card game once.
Yeah, and lost 6-0.
That game was horrible. Horrible.
Or like 7-6, something like that.
I think it was 9-6.
This one I thought was interesting. Raiders used their draft capital to trade up for Tua.
Don't like that, but whatever.
That would be the most Gruden thing to do.
It really would be.
Like, it's
Hey,
just
fuck you, Carr.
I don't know. I don't think that's. I think John Gruden hates David Carr anyway. Derek Carr, whatever the fuck name.
One of the Carrs. He hates both of them, but
Like, why would you trade up to get Tua? He's not playing this year.
Carr has one more year on his deal.
And then what if he kills it?
hey, then it is what it is. Then
You give him one more year on a prove-it deal.
And what if he kills that?
so
Then you make a tough decision and say, hey, we have Tua.
well, no, I mean it still comes to say if Carr goes out and kills it and he says, I'll go with him, then you know you can still trade Tua, but
There are people that would trade for that.
yeah.
3 first-round picks. You're going to waste their farm.
Well,
and they still need a lot.
where are they picking?
Raiders are picking middle of the pack.
Yeah, 15. 15 to 17. And 28.
Let's see.
So then, I mean, I don't have the draft order in front of me, but
Draft order.
where do you think Tua lands?
He's going to Miami. He's going 3 or 5.
Raiders are at 12.
So they have to jump maybe 9 spots.
Raiders are at 12, so they would have to jump all the way up. I would say probably ahead of Miami, like you said, all the way up to number 4.
Or 3. To Detroit.
It's not like New York's going to pick them.
No, but you jump up to 3. Washington ain't trading their pick. So you can't risk Raiders jumping to 4. And
And
then
the Dolphins jump into 4?
I have a question.
Dolphins jumping to 3.
Is there any sort of scenario you guys think that Tua still goes somehow, 2 for whatever reason?
No.
No?
There's no
He
way.
might go 1 because Joe Burrow hates Cincinnati.
I think that was a big
Hullabaloo.
nothing.
Yeah.
I think that was nothing. But it would be really cool if Washington drafted him at 2. That'd be really cool.
To say
I'm pretty much in on that.
And
He
then
ain't
Detroit
making it to 4.
drafts Chase Young.
He ain't making it to 4.
No, I know.
Detroit's going to snag his ass.
All right.
They'll
So
botch it.
finishing this off, Jameis Oh no, not finishing this off. Jameis Winston gets a 1-year, $9 million pact from Chicago, and then they trade.
That's what Daddy's talking about.
They trade Chase Daniel to the Chiefs.
Yes.
Wasn't he already on the Chiefs at
Yes.
one point?
I would love to have Black Jay Cutler on my team. He's smoking different things, if you know what I'm saying.
Crab legs. Eat that dub.
I don't know how I feel about him in
Throwing
that
picks
system.
and drinking some brown liquor.
It would certainly be better than watching Trubisky in the system right now, but
So
Listen, he showed signs of being fucking fantastic.
Oh, real quick, sorry. Not to interrupt, just because that brown liquor made me think of it. Last week I was in Bridgeport, and this guy came in that is, functioning alcoholic. And he usually buys a pint, twice a day he buys a pint of Henny.
Wow.
Or Remy.
Jesus.
So he drinks
he
a fifth of Henny or Remy a day. And so he
Bye
came
bye
in.
liver.
I guess he came in and he bought a fifth. And the guy was like, he's like, man, you upgrading? He goes, yeah. He goes, I don't know if I'm gonna be in later. He goes, you sure you can be able to drink all that? Kendall, as God is my witness, his words. Shit, if I do it. And I was just like, why is Kendall not here?
Oh, man.
That's reference to, go look it up, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Hennessy nip video. Fucking hilarious.
You won't be disappointed.
All right. Well, we should end this on that note.
Well,
The Packers had Joe Flacco to be their backup on a 1-year, $4 million deal. In other words, who cares?
Well, if there's more reason to hate Joe Flacco, this would be it.
Yeah, because you hate Joe Flacco.
We have 2 more to do. Do you guys want to just knock them out?
I'd like to do that. I like these. I like
All right.
arguing against them.
All right. Cleveland trades a 2nd-round pick for Trent Williams.
Oh, we're doing Trent Williams.
What did you think that was?
Oh, the other one. I mean, I guess I could see it.
I can see it, but
They need it, but
with Ron
Oh,
Rivera
hey,
there, I don't
guys,
know.
I just found a very fun thing that I didn't know actually existed. So Kendall, go all the way back up to the top real quick.
Yeah, the other team options.
Yeah, did not know that was a thing.
Really?
No, was not paying attention to that.
That's why before Kyle was like, "Can we do the Bucks one or whichever it was?"
All right,
we've
do we
had three options for everybody.
Who do we want to do this with?
Well, we'll go with the Browns.
What are the other two? I can't see.
Dolphins
Browns,
and Pats.
Dolphins, Pats. So
Not the Pat.
I don't think there's any way Trent Williams plays for Washington again.
I
Real quick.
disagree.
I
Now that Ron Rivera's in that building, they got rid of the GM. They got rid of everybody in that front office. Ron's going to be coming in like, hey, play for me. He's,
I don't think so. I think he's going to want out, and if they trade him for a second-round pick, the team has other needs. I think they would jump at a second-round pick for him.
Kendall?
The Browns have fucked this up anyway. So
I don't know.
good. He missed the year of football, so he'll probably suck next year.
I guess I don't see that move, happening like that. I guess I don't know what I envision, but
Can you explain that a little more?
but I can't. It just doesn't seem like something that would happen.
Like the opposite of Patriots cutting Rex Burkhead and him going to the Lions. Like the opposite of that?
Right? It'd be kind of like that.
All right, well, that will domino into the Colts signing Jason Peters to a 1-year, $8 million.
Dude, that line's already stacked, so keep it going, I guess.
Might as well.
So that's why I think it's fun that they would invest more in the line. I guess you can't have too many good offensive linemen.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, ask Massey. What happened in Pittsburgh?
I just kind of see a different team throwing more money at him.
Peters is like 37.
But he's still good. He's
He's
still
been injured the last 2 years.
But when he's on the field, he's still good.
When
So
he's on the
I think
field.
that a team that is more desperate for offensive line help would pay him more money than, for him to be like a rotational guy on the Colts.
I guess, but
Well, I mean, I also kind of stand by the idea that, as your running backs get older, you limit their snaps. I think, that would kind of work for him now, whether it's with the Colts or wherever. I think, limiting, the amount of times he's on the field, it can be a good thing for career longevity.
Yeah.
all right. Well,
Who is this guy?
Well,
Jack Conklin?
this makes him a household name.
Jack Conklin was the tackle for the Titans.
Oh, okay.
Remember the Titans.
I think he was their right
Boo.
tackle, because Taylor Lewan was their left tackle, right?
Are you asking me Tennessee Titan lineman?
Kyle.
Because I don't know any of them.
Sounds about right.
Well, he'll come in handy for
Kendall.
right-handed throwers.
Kendall.
So that means what?
Taylor Lewan?
He's a center.
All right, so good news, trusting the football was. So it's a 5-year, $70 million deal with the Dolphins.
The Titans would be stupid to let this happen. Also, the Dolphins are going to be sick if those two things happen.
I say also, who's the guy below him?
Wait for the Saints.
Actually, I know this
Pete?
guy's name.
Yeah, Pete would be a phenomenal upgrade for the Dolphins line.
So
I
would
would take-
Conklin.
I would take Andreas Pete in a fucking heartbeat.
So this is just an all offensive lineman thing.
Well, have you not noticed that trend?
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Like second guy, dickhead.
So
I don't know who this fucking guy is though.
You know Joe Tooney?
It's a guy that's
Joe
going to
Tooney
play on a different team and be very bad.
Well, he's a Patriot, so he's
That's
going to
what,
the
like
line.
most Patriots offensive linemen, they
when
sign
they leave,
for big money and then they suck.
Yeah, that's kind of a trend.
Yeah.
They're just making it seem like every New England Patriot's going to sign with the Detroit Lions.
Well,
Why
Matt
wouldn't
Patricia.
Well, they're that or Tennessee, because that's just how that works.
Rebecca just messed up. So line signed Tooney to a 4-year deal, and then the Panthers signed a guy I forgot actually still played, Kelechi Osemele.
How? The guy had a fucking big thing happen, but he sued the Jets
Oh, yeah.
because he wouldn't.
I remember
He
that.
had a
let him
shoulder
sit.
injury.
Yeah,
I wasn't with you for a while, Kyle, but I'm with you now.
and also, who gives a shit?
There we go.
Listen, the whole line is just not as sexy. Who cares?
Like I care
Yeah.
about it, but like
it matters, but it just
none of these names I do.
All right, let's finish off the last one.
Who's the 25? Is that Chris Harris?
Yes.
Let's go to that one.
So there's one on here that we didn't do.
What's that?
Who's that guy, Kendall, there to the right of
We
Tom
didn't.
Brady?
We didn't do Clowney.
We did Clowney.
I thought we did
All right,
Clowney.
We
Oh.
talked about him going to.
Did he go to the Eagles or something?
He went to the Giants.
with the Giants. Or he didn't go to anything.
Did we do the Cam Newton one?
Yeah, because he went to the Chargers, I think, or the Patriots, one of the two.
All right,
He went to the Chargers.
Either
Anyways, Chris Harris.
What are the other two?
Jets and Texans.
Ah,
So Chiefs signed Chris Harris to a 4-year, $48 million deal.
nice.
I can see it.
Yeah,
Who would that put him back there with?
everyone. Rashad Breeland killed it.
Oh, that's right. Breland was back there. Forgot about that. I don't even know who their starting
Well, they have
backfield was.
They have what? Sorensen.
That Sorensen
Matthew?
guy, he's really good. They still got Tyrann Matthew.
Add Chris Harris, and then who's playing opposite of him though?
Rashad Breeland.
Rashard Breland is moving on with that next deal.
Oh, Rashad Breeland.
It was somebody young. I think just some guy who had some upside. I can't remember
Oh,
who it was.
Juan
Charvius
Thornhill.
Ward.
Juan Thornhill.
Thornhill.
Thornhill. Probably not Juan,
Chavarius Ward. There you go.
but Thornhill, though.
It's probably not Juan, but it's Thornhill.
Rashad Breeland signs a 4-year, $40 million deal with the Dolphins.
Why?
I'm with Kyle on this. Why?
He likes it.
Especially for the next part.
Who then cut Rashad Jones, who signs a 2-year, $11 million deal with the Bucks.
He just wants his fucking money not taxed.
He already is in Florida.
I was about to
That's what
say.
I'm saying. He wants to stay.
All right, moving on. Jets signed Logan Ryan to a 3-year, $42 million deal.
Overpay, whatever.
Yes, extreme overpay.
He'd probably go to Detroit though. Before that.
Or back to New England.
Yeah, that's just how it works.
Or to the Texans. Eagles signed Patrick Robinson to a 1-year, $2 million contract.
Now, this is something that's worth talking about.
Is it?
Yeah. It's Pat Pete.
No, it's Pat Robinson, not Patrick Peterson.
Wow. Give me that. I can't.
You thought they were going to sign him for a 1-year, $2 million deal?
He's 48.
That's why he wanted to talk about it. That's funny.
But I can see this happening.
My-
That's a very Eagles thing to do. Like, hey, here's a guy who has some
You think-
notoriety.
Speaking of
Sleep
the
the contract.
Eagles, they also signed Xavier Rhodes to a
no, this is something worth talking about.
Both of these things are happening. Robinson and Rose both going.
Because
The-
Rhodes just sucked all of a sudden.
literally out of nowhere. It was hysterical.
His contract is up?
Yeah.
Also, the Vikings are probably going to go with Trey Wayne.
Oh
they
no,
just-
his contract's not up. I'm sorry. He's a cap casualty probably this year. 'Cause I
Oh.
don't think he has any more guaranteed money.
I was going to say, because I thought he signed like a 4 or 5 year deal just a couple years ago.
I'm
And then
pretty
as
sure
soon
he's
as he
got
did that,
guaranteed money.
is not good anymore. Like most corners that sign the big
Yeah.
deal.
All right, so next week we're going to start this all over again. We're going to start with Brady going to the Chargers. No,
We
we're going to
just
start
do
with
this
Brady
till-
going to the Colts because that sounds like more fun.
How do you put this fucking thing
Just leave it, Kyle. Just leave it.
Kyle, what?
Want to
Take
take
a
a
break?
to the break?
Take a break.
Yeah, we'll see you guys on the other side, live on the PPRN Radio Network.
On Spreaker.
And now, back to getting sports with Drunk on the PPRN Radio Network.
Welcome back to Getting Sports with Drunk, live on the PPRN Radio Network. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, joined by a bunch of douches, all of them.
Yeah.
Mass threw his headphones at me, and now they're all tangled, and I don't feel bad about it at all.
Karma, biatch.
I mean, I didn't have to grab him.
You know what we used to do a
No,
lot?
it wouldn't have hurt me if you had crap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, we used to do a lot, and actually, Riddler was the one who created it. And we kind of stopped saying it was when we changed our beer, we called it the bullpen. So I'm making my call to the bullpen, courtesy of Souls of the Riddler Collection.
I actually have 2 starters.
Souls of the Riddler Collection, Jimmy.
I have 2 starters.
Oh, I didn't even realize you were
Because I wanted this before we started recording, so I've been going back and forth with them.
I didn't even realize that.
So I got the dual start. I got the starter catcher combo going.
I like that.
Yeah. Kyle, while you're up, can you get me the one that looks like a pickle riding a bullet?
Yeah, I got you.
Thanks.
Being assaulted by
Courtesy
Kyle.
of Souls, I'm now moving on from Thomas Hooker Brewery, Super Duper Double Citra. Kyle's favorite beer of all time.
That's not true.
Is that not true?
His favorite beer of all time is Milwaukee's Best.
Oh.
I am making call to the bullpen also from from Nighthawk Brewing. I am drinking New Haven Nighthawk Light. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna find out.
It's a light beer.
I gathered that. Thank you.
Well, I mean, you said you didn't know what it was. Did you or did you not say you didn't know what it was?
I did say that.
Well, it's a light beer. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I mean, I don't know what else you'd be looking for. It's actually skunk.
I also thought about a name for the show. Well, it probably wasn't great when it was fresh, but it was probably better when it was fresh.
Thanks, asshole.
But I named my shot from the first hour because I decided because it was probably a drinkable shot.
Is it Sugar Smacks?
It is not. It is not.
Smacks.
I was just going to call it the German breakfast. Or the alternate name was Breakfast on the Rhine, but I didn't decide that.
Bavarian cream?
No, because
Sir Meister?
I was looking for a name that I could,
Saucy syrup?
I think we're just kind of reaching now at this point. Yeah, great. So that shot was called
I already forgot.
Breakfast.
A French brunch?
No.
Are we ready?
Kyle, you know what I was talking about the other day? And I don't remember who I was talking about this with or the context. That was hilarious. But I was talking to somebody about when you found out that you were French. And that was like one of the funniest things I think I've ever watched happen.
What?
So for, Kyle's whole life until maybe 5 years ago, he thought he was German. And then they found out his last name is French, and he was pissed.
That's funny.
It was very funny.
Why are you pissed that you're French, Kyle?
The French people are such fucking faggots.
Whoa.
There goes our listener.
Switch gears for a second.
Are we on air?
Yes, we're on air.
Oh,
Shaq, we're live.
my bad.
But I didn't mean that.
I meant.
All right, to make it clear, it was more the Canadian French people because of Call of Duty.
It's partial. Just partial.
I'm calling
discrimination.
them all out.
It's
They're all
funny.
bitches, and they should all stop playing Call of Duty because they're campers, and campers should always die. Sorry,
Camping is a legitimate strategy.
shut the fuck up. Okay,
It was funny. It never helped me.
I'm gonna
This is the Twitter beef I didn't want.
I'm gonna sit here for an hour and a half while these guys run around and die. You know how frustrating it is to run around through 4 rooms and get shot in the back by a fucking prick?
I know. I was that guy.
No, you missed 400 times and then you
Kyle,
died.
Kyle, I had some good moments. On average, I'd probably go 6 for 14. Which is applaudable for a 5-minute match. Kyle.
All right. Now that we've segued into esports,
What?
we're talking about video games.
Shut the fuck up.
I used to love playing with Kendall because he'd be in the middle of a sentence and then he'd disappear.
Bad internet connection.
Be like, yeah, guys, so Iceman, whatever, left the party.
Happened very frequently.
It was a pain.
Sorry to the French people out there. If it makes you feel any better, I'm also one of them, so it's okay.
Now, you're one of what?
The Frenches.
The Frenchies.
Right, because that could have been interpreted in a lot of different ways.
All right.
Yeah. Real quick, because I know we want to talk about sports, but
Do we though?
Shut the fuck up.
Kyle, I'm surprised. I mean, I like this beer a lot, but I'm surprised that you like this beer a lot.
What?
I don't know. It didn't seem like
Which one you got?
the super duper double citrus.
Oh.
I just
It's citrus and super.
Do you want to know a big
Jesus
reason why
Christ.
Kyle really likes that beer?
Because of the art.
I think the Scooby Doo themes that are
It's the
present.
Double Dare.
Oh my god, it is.
It's Double Dare. And there's no way that doesn't factor in.
I don't even know what Double Dare is.
You don't remember the show on Nickelodeon?
No.
Oh, Kyle, no way you watched all that and like Keenan and Kel and you didn't watch Double
And
Dare.
then I turn it off and watch Malcolm in the Middle.
Never actually watched Malcolm in the Middle.
Well, because your childhood was terrible.
It really was.
Yeah, soul's firing on all cylinders.
If you haven't watched Freaky Muniz and his 2 brothers, who don't matter. Actually, one of them was the guy that tried to have sex with the girl in Scary Movie 2.
What?
Yeah.
I do like the farting. I'm a fan.
So what are we doing?
I don't know, Kyle. You're the fucking host.
All right, so we're doing the 30 for 30?
I'm just the hostess cupcake.
30 for 30.
30 under 30.
Yeah, so Mock can do more of his homework.
All right, Kyle, why don't you lead us off?
What an asshole.
All right, so
What an asshole.
What sport did we do this week?
All right.
We did Major League Baseball.
So I'm going first.
You can go first.
You're going to have to, I guess.
So we're doing. So I got the NL West and the Cardinals.
Yes.
Oh, good for you.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Am I just going through the whole team, whole thing?
Yeah, why don't you do that?
We can go down the line like that.
All right.
No, we do the rotation thing.
Well, you're
We do
being a
rotation.
dick about it.
Yeah, well, you're being a fucking asshole.
You're being a fucking asshole. Hey, we're all fucking assholes.
Yeah, forget about it.
All right, so we'll start off with the San Diego Fathers.
Hey.
And their best player, Manny Machado. He was a 4-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glove winner, and a Platinum Glove winner.
It's not a real thing.
It did. It's a real thing.
It's not a real thing.
It was the night before Christmas.
And all through the house, no one gave a fuck about a fake award.
Paul, why don't you go?
I don't have to. You didn't even do anything. All you just said was, yeah, this guy, this. You didn't
Yeah.
give any explanation, nothing.
It's Manny Machado. We know who he is.
Did we?
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole.
Well, the interesting thing about Machado is a guy who kind of gathered up some accolades with the Orioles.
And then done nothing since.
Right. But you know what? He's under the age.
He's 26, and he's the best that the
Yeah.
Padres have to offer.
Right. Which
Yeah,
is,
right.
amazing. But you're right.
My name, Kyle.
I guess we'll kick it to me.
Yeah, kick it to you, bud.
All right. So I had the AL Central and the Reds. Best jerseys
Did you,
in
though?
baseball. I did.
The AL Central? Why don't you take a shot of private stock there, homeboy? Because the Reds are part of the NL Central.
I do. I said I had the AL Central and the Reds.
Oh, I always...
Private stuff. bitch. Go Kendall. Rat fuck face.
Yes.
Oh. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
What's the shot there, boyo?
So we're going to start with the Detroit Tigers, who are a pretty...
Of Minnesota, right?
a pretty sad organization right now. So the guy...
I think your Tigers are my Giants.
The guy I picked was Joe Jimenez, pitcher.
Wow!
One-time All-Star.
Was he an All-Star last
He
year?
was an All-Star, yeah.
Last year or the year before?
Actually, it might have been the year before. It might have been
man, they
2018.
suck.
Yeah. You know, the thing is that the Tigers actually have greats, but they're also 36 years old.
Yeah, true that.
So it's just one of those things, I guess. So
How old is Jonathan Shope?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? The bunch of hoes in your butthole.
sorry.
Nothing, dude. That's just as bad as mine.
Mass, you got some?
Yeah, I.
Do you though? Do you?
Bum.
Well,
Mark, I don't know if you've gathered. I'm trying to buy you as much time as possible.
I got one. I got one in the chamber.
Yeah, we're not talking about loads here.
Talk about secrets.
What?
You get it? Did you get it? Chamber of Secrets?
Oh.
Take another shot.
All right. I didn't do that on purpose because I don't enjoy this.
You should just finish that bottle.
Start again next week.
Also, Kyle got the cork noise there. I don't know if you guys heard
It's
that.
not like that wasn't the real cork noise though. That was anybody can make that noise. You just pull the cork off sideways,
Hey,
and that's how you break it. You're talking about the real cork pop.
Mets, Pete Alonso.
Look, all I know
Why?
is if Mock breaks that cork, I'm dumping it down his pants.
Because he wrecked it last year. It was an All-Star. It was an All-MLB first team. It was the Rookie of the Year, and he led the league in home runs.
better hope that Jacob took around 30.
Yeah, he was. Because I had a similar conversation.
You better hope.
Yeah, he's 31.
All right.
So that's the guy who really deserves to be.
From the Oakland Athletics.
This is a tough one.
Well, I went ahead and chose Sean Manaea. Because he threw a perfect game.
So you should take a shot of this.
Why is that?
Because they have an All-Star,
Yep.
a Gold Glove winner.
Listen, Kyle, perfect game. How many of those have happened?
Armando Galarraga threw one. Or
That's
how-
not what
but-
was asked.
But how many Gold Glovers have there been in MLB
it
history?
doesn't matter. It's not an accolade to throw. Like, it's an accolade, but it's not like it's only one. talk about accolades. The guy had 2 or 3, and he's only been in the year for 2 leagues.
Right, but if someone's a 3-time All-Star and somebody else is just a 1-time World Series winner, the World Series winner is a better accolade.
Perfect game, man.
All right.
I'm not defending Mock. I'm just saying you're wrong
I'm not wrong.
about more accolades being better than less accolades.
Well, in this scenario, we're talking about accolades, not just one accolade.
So what
Look,
is
the more you say
total?
accolade, the more you pronounce the O, which is why I'm getting you to say it so much. Because you went from accolade to accolade, and now you're saying accolade.
This gentleman also recently celebrated a birthday.
Oh, well, there you go. Milestone.
Paying his some charity there.
He's 23.
You should still take a shot.
He's
at
28. He's 28 years young, and threw a perfect game.
Good for him.
We're
Who
going
did
to
he
let
throw
this
it
one
against?
slide, or
What happened?
we're going to let this one slide?
Kyle, a perfect game is a big deal.
Who did he throw it against? I'm curious.
If it's
What,
a
what do
Tiger,
you, what do you mean? What do you mean? We're gonna let it slide though? Like
If it's against the Tigers, it doesn't count.
I don't understand though. Hold on. I don't understand what you mean by let it slide. Like what? Like if we don't agree with it, he has to do a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's part of it. We haven't been doing that recently.
Well, we just got it back.
Then we need to go back and listen to ones we don't agree with because there are a lot of other shots to do.
So he threw a no-hitter against the Boston Red Sox.
Did he actually throw a perfect game, though?
No, it was a no-hitter against the 2018 Boston Red Sox. So they won the World Series that year.
So
that's a big deal.
It wasn't a perfect game, but it was a no-hitter.
But there's a
fuck
lot
that.
more no-hitters than there are
It was
perfect
the
games.
first
There's still more Gold
pitcher
Glovers
to
than there
throw
are
a no-hitter
no-hitters.
since Dallas Braden in 2010, Kyle. Are you kidding
Do you
me?
even know who that is? Whatever.
All right, moving on.
Bullshit.
Is it my turn?
It is.
I had the AL East and the Brewers.
Kyle, yell at him.
with
Thought about it for a minute. Like,
I'll start off with the New York Yankees,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna give it to Garrett Cole.
yeah, fuck all the other Yankees.
No, I was really torn between him and Judge. The only reason I gave it to Cole
I said it because I wanted
was
to.
because he has more All-Star appearances. I mean, Cole hasn't won any individual awards. Judge won Rookie of the Year, but like after 2017, he kind of got quiet. He won. I mean, he was an All-Star in 18, but Cole was a 3-time All-Star, a member of the All-First Team, an ERA leader, and strikeout leader. Like in a
Right, I understand.
individual season.
Did he win the Cy Young?
No,
No.
Who won it last year?
Verlander.
Was it Verlander?
it was. It was.
It was.
Was. Was pretty upset when I did the Blue Jays to find out that Haijon Ryu is 40. Because I'm still trying to find a Blue Jay.
That's how it went for the Giants. You guys.
I'm like looking at him and I'm like, oh, well, maybe that guy. And I was like, oh, no, he plays for the Mets. He can't have
they're
anything
all
good.
they're all 23. And they all just came up.
You know, all the good players are like on 7 teams, and then the teams are just awful.
That's how sports works.
Matt,
I guess so.
Yeah.
Am I again? I went with the Marlins.
Did you go already?
Yeah.
Oh
Take another shot.
no. Mock didn't take a shot for his.
Because we all agreed with
I
it.
was good.
Well, no, we should go back in the same order we did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know Matt's went, so it's my turn.
So hold on. Did Kendall go?
I know,
Everybody
after
went.
Souls.
All right.
So, no, it's going back to Kyle.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to go in the same order.
Dodgers. This one's a tough one, but I want Mookie Betts.
They're not in the AL West.
All right. Mookie Betts, 4-time All-Star.
Cop out.
4-time All-Star MVP in the 2018 World Series winner.
Cop out.
It's more than what Cody Bellinger did.
Cop out.
I could put Cody Bellinger.
The only person you gave was somebody that was just traded there.
I could have said Cody Bellinger, but he happened to lose to the cheating Astros that we're so fucking uptight about. Not their fault. They suck.
I'm not so upset about it.
Yeah, I don't care either.
This is
Fuck
a lot
the
louder
Dodgers.
than the headphones than I thought it should
It's a
be.
totally different argument. And Kyle, just real quick, we'll get into this another day. But saying it's not the Astros' fault the Dodgers suck is not a good argument to support the Astros cheating. Just saying. I'm not arguing with you whether or not that this should be a big of a deal as it is, but
It's not a good reason.
they obviously didn't suck if the team had to cheat to beat them. All right.
Well,
Kendall.
read that
Kendall. So
Yeah,
we're not getting into it.
You misread it.
Nah, it happened.
It didn't.
It happened.
Okay.
So little backstory, not to interrupt you, Kendall.
No, please do.
Me and Kyle were talking the other day about the Houston Astros thing, and it's just kind of further cementing that Kyle's just okay with cheating in sports. But he tried to say that, like, what? But no, they don't. They don't have cameras and buzzers to. Well, he found some articles saying that Mark Teixeira came out and said that the Yankees did the same thing in 2015, but it's not what he said, and it's not.
I have a quick question: did they get rid of the rule that every MLB team has to have an All-Star?
I don't think so,
because the Blue Jays did not have an All-Star in 2019.
Maybe they did.
They didn't. I'm saying they did not have an All-Star in 2019.
Well, I said, but maybe they got rid of the rule.
Or did they trade their All-Star?
No, I'm looking at
the roster.
I'm looking at like All-Star selections by team per year, and there was no Blue Jay selection for the All-Star.
Yes, there was. Justin Smoke.
Oh, really?
No, it says right here that he
2019. He's a Ray now, but no, he's a Brewer now.
I understand that, but
It says right here.
I'm on MLB.com.
They still have the rule that every team needs one.
Well, I mean, look, I'm on MLB.com. Does it say anything for 2019? I mean, it says Justin Smoke for 2017, and it has a bunch of other people listed. I mean, Christ's sakes, that's Mark Burley listed for 2014. He's clearly not there.
That's just saying who will. I don't.
Anyway.
Me? I'm moving on to the Minnesota Twins.
Marcus Stroman? No.
Yeah, Marcus Stroman was. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Kendall, go ahead.
Pitcher Jose Barrios, two-time All-Star. He also has, not that this is an accolade, but it's somewhat of note. Pitched 3 complete games and 1 shutout for the Twins there. That's my submission. Any objections?
Yes.
Mass, on to you.
I don't like him.
Did Miguel Sano not win anything?
Do not. Bless you.
Bless you.
He might have been an all-star, but I think Jose had 2. I think he had 2019 and 2017. I'd have to double check. I may have missed that, but I think there's a reason I didn't pick him.
Right.
I also had the Marlins. I went with Starlin Castro.
Doesn't play there anymore.
Does he not?
Nope.
I still went with him though.
Suck it, souls.
Is Castro not 30 yet?
No, he's not. I think he's 28.
Wow. That guy's been around for a long time.
Does he actually?
Mass, we'll give you a chance to
All right.
redo. Mark, yes.
There's nobody else on that fucking team.
Hey, listen. There's always somebody.
There is.
So, the next team that I have is the Los Angeles Angels.
Of Anaheim.
And, what happened?
Oh, boy. Excel. Spreadsheet.
So, I went ahead, I was looking through the players here, and I went with Shohei Ohtani.
Okay.
Thought Kyle was going to get really mad, because that's not who I picked.
I was about to say, is he over 30?
I was a little surprised myself.
I know he picked Mike Trout.
Yeah, so it's Mike Trout for all teams everywhere. Guy's like a 13-time MVP. I think he's only 24.
Which is impressive when you consider he's really just the J.J. Watt of baseball. Because it's just like, he's gonna play 55 games, but he's gonna put up 1,000% batting in all those games.
So there's only 4 players on the...
Sorry, I just cut you off. It was so funny. Did you guys see the thing about the NFL proposing 17-game seasons? And J.J. Watt put out a tweet this is not something the NFL should do. And someone comes back, you don't get past 6 anyway.
There's 4 players on the Angels that are 30 or over. Everyone else is under 30. But yeah, Mike Trout. I mean, his stuff speaks for itself. I mean, is he a 2-time MVP?
I think it's 3.
Is it 3? Let's click his name. It'll probably tell me. So he's a 3-time MVP, 2-time All-Star, Rookie of the Year.
Wait, Say that again?
He didn't deserve MVP last year. Just saying.
He's a 3-time MVP, an 8-time
You
All-Star.
said 2 times. That's right.
I said 8.
We did say 8.
I thought you said 2.
He said 8.
Man, you can't read the screen. You can't hear me. What the hell's going on with you? He's a 2-time All-Star MVP. He was Rookie of the Year, 7-time Silver Slugger, and the ML Player of the Year. Don't know what that is.
Major League.
Oh.
Do you think he would be a Hall of Famer if he retired right now?
No.
I think there's people, if we did some research, they probably have very similar stats that he does. Maybe not like...
If he retired now, no. Because none of his numbers for Hall of Fame-wise jump out at you. Over the course of his career, they're, of course, great. But, I mean, if you looked at a guy that has been hurt a lot, when did he come up? He came up 2011. So he's been in, this will be his 9th season. Just over 300 batting average career, 285 home runs, 1,300 hits. So those are good numbers for as long as he's been in. But if he's retired today, those aren't Hall of Fame numbers. Even with the accolades. But the guy's pretty good. Fun fact. The pick that the Angels used to draft him was from the Yankees.
Oh.
In that Teixeira trade. So that's cool.
Feels good, doesn't it?
That's cool.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take it back for the Miami Marlins.
It's not your turn.
We skipped him so he could find a new player.
It's not your turn.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Nope.
Just go ahead.
Match, go.
Sandy Alcantara. It's a pitcher for the Miami Marlins.
You picked him because he was a Cardinal.
No, I picked him because he has one of the only 2 accolades that's under 30. He has an 8-17 record, and he has a 3.83 ERA. But he was an All-Star in 2019.
Well, there you have it.
There you go.
Red Sox, Xander Bogaerts, 2-time All-Star, 1-time first team, 2-time World Series, 3-time Silver Slugger.
Pretty darn good, that guy.
Only because Mookie Betts isn't there.
Agreed. Kyle.
That's pretty much all I got to say for that. We got a lot of
Diamondbacks, Ketel Marte, 1-time All-Star.
Dry heat.
Everyone else is over 30. That's good.
Yep.
That's because the dry heat's good for age.
Indeed.
That's all I got.
I moved on.
I still can't believe that fucking happened.
Hey, I'm good for one thing. I have the Chicago White Sox of Chicago, and I selected Tim Anderson, shortstop. He is a 1-time batting champion. Oh my God, stop! This past year, he had I guess we'd call it his breakout year. I guess, even though he was always been consistent, but Tim Anderson is my pick from the White Sox. Any objections?
No.
I guess we're back to Mass, right? Are you ready?
I have the Phillies.
Well,
I went with Harper.
You're waiting.
I went with Harper. I was waiting to see if Kyle was going to throw something at me. He was an All-Star in 2019.
Did you pick Jay Bruce?
MLB second team in 19, Rookie of the Year 2018, Silver Slugger Award 2019, and stolen bases leader in 2019. He's also a member of the 30 for 30 club in 2019.
I didn't realize he was a stolen base leader one year. Well, good for him. Yeah, he's good. We know.
Bryce Harper.
So I got a real doozy here.
I think we all had a doozy.
All right. I have the Seattle Mariners.
Oh.
We're going to go with pitcher Carl
Felix
Edwards
Hernandez.
Jr. Carl Edwards Jr. was a 2016 World Series champion.
Great.
There he is.
Well done.
That team is just so young and they've been so bad.
Yeah, it's a tough grab.
I'm just kind of clicking the names of guys under 30.
Yeah, not much to show for it. I
Not
gotcha.
much happening.
Yeah, hey, good pick. Mr. Riddler.
Tampa Bay Devil Rays, Blake Snell, one-time All-Star, one-time Cy Young winner, and a single season's wins and ERA leader.
There you have it. That was 2018?
Yes.
Good pick, good pick.
Yeah, because we just talked about Verlander. You dumbass.
I'm so sorry. Souls.
They got the San Francisco Giants.
And the team, right? Just the team? That's
Um,
it? For being a team?
They're all over 30.
Not everyone.
I know. I got Mike Yastrzemski. He's Carl's grandson. And that's all I got.
That's his accolade.
It's cool, I guess.
Everyone else sucks.
Okay. I have the Cleveland Indians. I chose Francisco Lindor, shortstop, one-time All-Star, two-time Gold Glove, one-time Platinum Glove, and a two-time Silver Slugger. Speaks for itself. 27 or 28, I think he is. Yeah. Mass, what do you got? Got a closed laptop is what he has.
Yeah,
So he either committed to memory or...
Mark?
My next team here is the Texas Rangers. And I went with Joey Gallo. One-time All-Star. And that's about it. Another team that's not very good.
Yeah, I had him on my fantasy baseball squad one year.
Oh, was it last year?
Nope, year before.
Quick question. Are we doing that again?
No.
Actually, Logan, the champion, wants to play again.
I'm sure he does.
I'm in.
We can do it again. I'll set it up.
No, you won't.
Paul's.
We'll take a look at it because
I'll set it up.
Yeah, we'll play. Be fun.
Fun.
You know, I was the NHL fantasy leader in first place for 1 week. Until losing it on a heartbreaker last night. Yeah, it sucks.
Mass?
Oh, I went with for the Braves, I went with Ronaldo Acuna Jr. He was an All-Star in 2019, MLB second team 2019, Rookie of the Year 2018, Slugger Award in 2019, National League Stolen Base Leader in 2019, 30 for 30 Club in 2019.
How old is Freddie?
I don't know.
Freddie got fingered?
I think he's older than 30, though. Freddie...
Good reference.
Freeman.
No, Kitchens. Kruger. Fred from YouTube.
Freddie Freeman is
Soul
30
snuss
years
me.
old as of September last year.
What?
He's 30.
Not you.
Souls. Well, hi there for location picture.
I can get it for you.
a little high there for a location picture.
I like how Kendall was like, I can get it for you. It's across the room. But he's like, I gotta piss anyway. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
All right. So I finally found someone for the Toronto Blue Jays. Ken Giles. Won a World Series and pitched a combined no-hitter.
With the Phillies.
No, he didn't win a World Series with the Phillies.
No, I pitched a combined no-hitter with
There's nobody. There's literally nobody of that was of noteworthy on that team that's still active. Ken Giles.
Has there ever been a World Series team, not World Series team, a World Championship team in any of the four major sports that had nobody of note?
What?
I don't. What? Yeah. What?
Like that had like a bunch of nobodies that went and won that.
So you mean like just like a great team of
The
average people?
Miracle
Yes.
on Ice and the Olympics.
I mean,
That's
that
the
hurt-
only one I thought of.
How
Well,
would
they were good. They were good hockey players at the time. You just don't know them. You couldn't name me 5 players on Team Canada right now.
Sidney Crosby still plays, right?
Trick question. There's no Olympic hockey anymore.
Is there not?
Well, there's a Team Canada in the World Tournament.
Why'd they get rid of it?
Not from NHL. No NHL players.
Oh, that's true.
Why'd they get rid of it from the Olympics?
Because the Olympics happen in February, right in the middle of the NHL season.
Gotcha.
So every 4 years, they got to take 3 weeks off.
Well, I thought they still have the hockey. It's just the NHL guys couldn't go.
Yeah,
right?
the NHL guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Name me 3
Well, no,
non-NHL Canadian
no,
players.
that's what I'm saying. Like, because I was gonna say I didn't know they got rid of it completely, but I was like, Jesus, like Europe/Canada would riot.
How was the Hurricane team in 04?
Good.
Like, did they have like a star-studded player?
Yeah, they're good players.
Are you just gonna pull that out?
No, I'm just wondering. I'm curious.
I mean, yeah, there were teams that didn't have, like, I'm sure there was a lot of teams that didn't have, like, this is arguably the best player in the league, or he's a guaranteed Hall of Famer, but, like, they still had stars. Like, they still had noteworthy people.
That Magic team would have been one of them, but, they weren't.
I mean, think all the way back to 2000. Can you think of a Super Bowl team that didn't have a noteworthy player on it?
No, that's why I'm asking if that ever happened.
Is there a World Series team that didn't have a noteworthy player on it? NBA? No. Doesn't happen.
The NBA, you need 3 star-studded players.
No, that's not true.
For the most part.
No, I
We'll think about it.
All right, who's up?
Kendall.
All right, closing out for the Central, the Kansas City Royals, Big Sal Perez, catcher. He's a 6-time All-Star.
He's also like 90.
He's not 30?
He's not 30.
What?
29 years old.
Oh my God.
6-time All-Star, 5-time Gold Glove.
Mass,
2-time
look it
Silver
up.
Slugger.
Mass, look it up.
2015 World Series champ and World Series MVP.
I can't wait for Mass to tell us he's 39.
That'd be amazing.
T-R-A-Y.
Salvador
Oh. I thought
Perez.
The third.
Jr.
Son.
Twice removed.
Salvador Perez will be 30 in May.
Wow.
God, talk about somebody who's going to retire now. Dude, that guy's broken.
Oh, there you go.
Kendall's favorite fucking catcher of all time.
I do like Sal Perez.
For no reason.
Yeah.
So I thought you hated Sal Perez.
I do.
Oh, you hate him. I was going to say, I knew somebody hated him.
Why do you hate him?
He's a piece of fucking garbage.
Okay.
And he's overrated.
Who's up?
I think you are.
Yeah.
All right.
Dick fuck.
It's Mr. Dick Fuck. What do I have left?
Oh, shut the fuck up. How about that?
Kyle. Fuck
You have the
yourself.
last team in your division.
Rendon. He's
What
on
team?
Nationals.
Dude, just give that to him.
He's not there.
Give it to him.
Is he not? All right, I'll go ahead and take that.
I think he's just going off the 2017 rosters.
So
That
I
court
went
might
with,
not be super secure, so careful on the
for the
flip.
Cubs. I went with Bryant.
What? You just skip around.
Well, yeah, he's
He's
just
got to pick a different player for that team.
Yeah, so
Juan Soto.
that's the thing. Kyle gets so mad
Yeah.
when somebody's wrong. Like, fuck you, you ignorant piece of shit.
That's literally all he's been saying all that
No, but like he signed with the Angels.
long. No, I obviously
Obvious-
didn't. Otherwise, I wouldn't fucking put him on the
You
list.
could have said Stalin Castro.
But he wouldn't have picked him over Rendon if he thought Rendon was there.
It is amazing that the Masters player could have gone to another one of his teams and it worked. So he's not wrong. It just didn't work out.
Chris Bryant for the Cubs. Done. Fuck yourself, Kyle. Go next.
All right, so come up with a new national.
Juan Soto. There
No,
you go.
I'm going to come back to you.
All right.
So, got the Houston Astros here, and I'm saying George Springer.
None of them, because they're all cheaters.
And I'm saying George Springer because I didn't see his name pop up in any of that nonsense. But, in all, I mean, he is a 3-time All-Star, 2-time Silver Slugger, 2017 tainted World Series winner, and is a World Series MVP.
Did you guys see the?
Tainted.
Did you guys see the guy who showed up at the Astros spring training with the Houston Asterisk sign?
Yeah.
Then they took it away, and then he brought out another sign that says Astros are already stealing signs.
I saw.
Altuve got hit by a pitch today.
Yeah.
Was Springer the one that proposed to his girlfriend after that World
I
Series?
think so.
That was the one where that was against the
Oh,
Dodgers,
it's fake
right?
proposal now.
And the first 6 games were fucking amazing, and then Game 7 was a real dud fest. It was just so boring.
He's also from New Britain, Connecticut.
Kurt Springer.
Oh, so he's used to stealing.
George Springer, yeah.
George Springer. That's what I meant.
I had the Orioles. John Means, one-time All-Star.
How old is Chris Davis? Because
50.
Well, I mean, he can't be older than Sal Perez.
I'll look it up.
He might be randomly. I
Oh
mean,
my god! See, that's the thing that's weird with baseball is like guys come up older, but like Sal Perez, I feel like has been playing.
Chris
since
Davis is 33.
Oh my god!
well, things too, like Perez kind of like became good for like a hot stretch. Like,
But I
like
feel like he was playing like when we were in like middle school.
Well, it sort of feels that way because do you remember late in high school when the Giants were on their tear and the Royals were good at their time?
Yeah.
It just seemed like just one of those teams were going to be in it. But like other than that span where Perez is a 6-time All-Star, it's really like only like 6 consecutive seasons.
Hey, Paul. Bradley Beal had another 50-point performance in a loss.
Yeah.
Fantasy, bet she's on my bench.
That was almost my toast excellence, but I was like, whatever. I mean,
All right,
it's great.
so Souls.
I got the St. Louis Cardinals. I picked Carlos Martinez.
No, not there anymore.
Yes, he is.
No, he's an Arizona Cardinal now. It's dry heat.
2-time All-Star. All the other ones are too young.
All right, closing on my list, I had the best jerseys in baseball, the Cincinnati Reds, and I selected
It's not in your division.
pitcher Sonny Gray. He's a 2-time All-Star. You know who it would have been? Kyle?
Jay Bruce.
Nope, not Jay Bruce. He played there last year for being traded?
Joey Votto.
No. I don't know if he was traded. I might be wrong.
Suarez.
Puig?
It would have been Puig. But Puig would have been the greener pastures.
Not Jim Thome.
No,
Where
not
is
Jim
Puig
Thome.
now?
He's
Cleveland.
still a free agent.
No, didn't he go to Cleveland?
Nope. Still a free agent.
Oh, didn't know that.
He got traded to Cleveland last year.
Ah, see, I knew that. So Yasiel Puig is my pick for the Reds. No, Sonny Gray.
Mass. Did you find one for the Nationals?
I found Juan Soto.
All right.
Kyle. I was hoping so bad he was going to yell a different name at him. Are you serious?
Kyle, I picked Bryce Harper for the Nationals.
All right. That checks out.
All right.
Mock. She watchable.
My last team was the Pittsburgh Pirates.
The Phillies farm system.
And I went with the one-time All-Star Josh Bell.
Yup.
Good pick, though.
It was pretty funny when we were doing this trade thing we're going to get to in the third hour. I was looking at some like Phillies things, and they were like, "We don't really like this guy would be a great the Phillies would be a great place for this guy to land. Unfortunately, they have the weakest farm system in baseball now."
Yeah, they're up there.
I was like, "Oh man." My last one was the Milwaukee Brewers. I think we all can agree on this one. Is that fair?
Yep.
Rex
Prince?
Pennebaker.
Ooh.
Prince Fielder.
Nope. Rex Pennebaker. Video game cover athlete. Sick home run dance. Ice cream song singer. Walker pranker. And rookie of the year.
I'm disappointed,
Why?
Mr.
Stan Ross is over 30, bud. By a lot.
How old do you think he would be now? Like, if that was like a real thing.
Yeah, right. No, it's Christian Yelich. 2-time All-Star, first team All-Pro, NL MVP, 1-time Gold Glove, 3-time Silver Slugger, 2-time Hank Aaron Award winner, 2-time NL batting champ, and 2-time cycle hitter.
Guy is a rat. The guy is so good. It's so annoying.
Can't wait for him to be in the Braves.
Yeah.
I can't wait for him, Trout, Machado, and Arenado all to go to the Braves.
Ugh. When they're all 39.
No, now. Right now.
Listen, I've said it for years, guys. Trout's a future Yankee.
All right. If that happens, you have to buy a shirtsy and me peppers for a year.
Not a whole
What?
year.
Yeah, peppers.
How many peppers do you eat?
Enough if they're free.
All right, so that wraps up 30 for 30. Next week is hockey.
Listen, we can do our research. I just don't know if the pronunciation will be any good.
Wikipedia has like the click for announcing pronunciation option.
You have a computer?
It's going to be way more fun to just say them.
Kendall's looking all his up in the almanac.
Farmers? What's the spring going to be like?
Wet.
So, There you go. The 30 for 30 baseball edition, and we're going to do some... Souls has a thing he wanted us to do, so we're going to do that in the third hour, along with some beer reviews and whatnot, and so we'll see you fine folks on the other side of the break live here on Spreaker.
And now, back to Getting Sports with Drunk on the PPRN Radio Network.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Hi, people.
Hello, everyone. Back to Getting Sports for Drunk with the Massholes.
Oh, the Massholes is pretty good, though.
That's what you want us to be called?
Yeah, if we were like his groupies.
Oh,
It's Mass and the Massholes.
Mass, get some talent, will you?
Please.
All right, so I came up with this thing.
Oh, we're just going to go right into that? Like, just like, welcome back. Here's my thing.
I alone thought of it.
I am the sole proprietor of all things good on GSWD. That's what he thinks about in his room.
That's
All
fine.
right, go ahead.
One time I walked into his room, he was talking to his girlfriend, and he was just like, I'm just really tired of the podcast because I'm always picking up the slack for everybody.
Yep.
And I was just like, Kyle, what do you mean? And he was like, dude, I create all the content, and I'm the only one that talks. And I got the biggest dick in my chair.
Well, I know that's false. My dick is like this big.
Well, I said biggest dick in your chair.
Kyle, it's funny they say this big. It's a radio show.
Yeah, mass. It's going to do the same thing.
No, it's not.
Because these mics aren't built for you to be able to sit 8 feet away.
No, it's all right. We're good.
No, because we can't hear you.
Yeah, you have to talk.
We're good.
This is why I shit in your throat.
What?
Well, anyway, so that's what Kyle thought of, was shitting in your throat.
I'll do what I can, Mass. I got you, Mass. Just don't wear it out.
Sorry.
Wow.
That was so loud.
Yeah. Everybody take your
Ready,
headphones off except for Kyle.
Do it one more time. Ready, Paul? 1, 2, 3. It was louder than the gun.
All right.
Back at Maple, I used to put the whole microphone in my mouth.
I did.
I wouldn't do that with these.
I'm also into my third beer.
Oh, yeah, I took another call to the bullpen as well. Drinking Bullet Takes Flight.
This is the pumpkin spice cannoli from Shabin.
Is it terrible?
Guaranteed diarrhea, it says here.
Kyle, your segment?
Basically, what happened is somebody ordered a pumpkin spice latte and then just dumped like yeast you buy at the grocery store in that.
Pretty much. That's what it tastes
So
like.
nobody like that moo?
Nah, it was alright.
Kyle, what's your segment about?
This is awful. Top 10 would not get again.
Worst beer you've ever had? We'll save it for the review. Come on, Kyle.
Wow.
We've been waiting on you for the
All right.
past 30 hours.
So today we're playing GN.
Oh, God.
Something I am notably bad at.
That was
And
such a bad
today-
intro to it.
The winner gets a prize. It is a $20 Visa gift card.
So real
I
quick,
would like to... Hold on.
Go ahead.
I have,
Paul, you
I
finish,
have
you
a
finish.
gripe. I think that Kyle should have to do a swig of the private stock.
Why?
If you go back and read the text, he said that the winner gets a $25 Visa
I,
gift
you
card.
know, I was just going to ask. I thought it was 25.
You guys are getting free money. Get the
Wow.
fuck over.
Can I just hold that for 1 second, please? I'd like to have that closer to my face.
So I just wanted to mention that, oh wow,
I'm going to shut you.
that I have no problem, and I'm grateful that Kyle is doing this.
That's a moo.
But it's amazing that we're at a point in an internet radio show where we're being bribed to do homework.
That's assigned Friday night.
Well, that's why I did it.
So, Kyle, we are very appreciative, and we hope we don't disappoint, but I inevitably will.
So I bought a $20 gift card so everybody's at their work and do it well.
This is on Reddit.
I put out 7 names that we're going to play GM with.
You don't want to mute their mics over there.
The
Just-
thickness.
Just search brother, sister, no censor.
All right.
All right, we're done for the night. Good night, everybody.
Grab them, man. Okay, so
Kyle, what's your segment?
I'm fucking explaining it. If you fucking listen, put the headphones on, you piece of shit.
It's just going to be funny forever. Well, the headphones aren't going to make him hear it more. He can still hear
He's
you.
an idiot.
You just can't hear him.
You know what? The gift card's mine. None of you are getting it.
Oh, come on, Kyle. I tried really hard.
You don't even know how to use that thing.
So I came up with 7 names. All right, you know what?
No, it's just funny because of how fast you forget. You're so mad and you're like, all right, so here we
Well,
go.
I'm trying to make it fun.
Yeah, we're playing
Kyle,
GM.
It is fun. Kyle, you have a great segment here. Please continue.
So each person came up with their own trade for these 7 players. I will be the verdict of accepting one of them.
Judge souls.
For each point, for each one I agree with, they get a point.
So basically, what's going to happen here is you're a GM. Kyle's also a GM,
So,
but 29 GMs.
so I have a question.
What?
Well, there's
No,
rules.
no, no.
There's rules.
So here's my question: like, we're just trying to get you to accept one of the trades.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
And then you cannot use the same trade. So if someone uses your trade, you have to go and figure out another one. Make sense? Put that in there. You should have come up with.
What do you
your
mean by
trade.
your trade? Like, so if I say, okay, I'm going to trade for this guy, and I'm going to trade A, B, C, D, like, Mass can come in and say, I'm the same team, but I'm trading A, B, C, E.
I'm ready to trade every pick every team has.
So,
Kyle,
go
actual
ahead.
legitimate question.
Yes.
So, are you essentially acting as the manager of the team the player is on?
Well, the general manager, yes.
Okay.
So smug.
So wait, Kyle, when this is going on, can the other people, they have to sit back until the transaction is complete?
Yes.
Okay, so there can be no commentary.
No.
All right, well,
So-
I'm going to blow that. But I just want to make sure no one talks bad about me.
So-
but I want to talk about bad about them.
So if somebody had the same team,
Right, I understand. You have to switch gears.
you
gotta go.
have to figure it out real quick.
Yeah.
God.
I'm
I would
gonna-
like to go first.
I'm going to pick the order randomly by each round, and if somehow you get the same, like 3 out of the 4 or 5 main pack, if you get 3 out of the same packages I did, it's an automatic point. Make
Okay.
sense?
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Kyle, I'm just going to argue with you about your rules when you announce the winner anyway.
So I'm going to start off with football.
Oh, come on.
Ooh, pull the fast one. I'm surprised on this one. Go ahead.
You're going to go with Odell Beckham Jr. And the first person up is Paul. Odell Beckham Jr., Paul.
Yeah, no, hold on. I'm just checking. I wrote down what hops I think are in this beer. I just wanted to read the label to make sure that I wasn't that wrong. All right. Odell Beckham Jr. Okay, so here's the problem. I did this. Now, there's one specific player. It's not Odell. Where I have about 30 different trade packages. I have one for every team. Because I could just come up with one for every team. So, like, Odell, like, I have, like, a realistic one. I have a kind of more ridiculous one. And I also have one that's, like,
No way.
very fair, but, like, complex. And I don't know what to do.
I want your realistic one.
But they're all realistic. Like, they're all fair trades.
Well, the one you called realistic.
All right, fine. So, the Cleveland Browns receive...
You hear that noise? Oh, can we stop just a second?
It's Mass bouncing around with the fucking cords. It's him shaking his leg. Oh, hold on, sorry. I'd like to make 2 phone calls. First off, I'd like to call Beard Johnson.
Beer Johnson.
Beer Johnson's on the line.
Beard Johnson's on the line.
Hold on. Beer Johnson's on the line. What do we got?
Hello, Beard Johnson?
Yep.
Yeah, hi, this is Beard Johnson.
Guys, just Beer Johnson's on the line. Just be quiet just a second, okay? He's got something important to say.
It's been some time since I've spoken with you boys. Just wanted to check in.
Mr. Johnson, how are you, sir?
Fuck you, piece of shit. I wasn't talking to you.
Mr. Johnson, are you dialing
Shut-
from the landline?
Of course, I'm dialing from the landline.
Like that Kendall's got his finger over his ear like a news reporter.
Think I know what these goddamn cell phones are all about. Mark!
This just
Mark!
in.
Mark!
Just talk to
You're drinking-
Johnson. Talk to Mr. Johnson, Mark.
Mark, you been drinking any of those Red Dogs I left for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real man's beer, not that sissy shit you've been drinking.
Mr. Johnson, I have some
Son,
Red
I'm
Dogs in the
not
yard.
done talking to Mark. I just want to let you boys know that you guys have a fine podcast here, but you spend a lot of time shitting on that ethnic fella, that Kyle kid. He's a good kid.
You
Mr.
suck
Johnson,
up to me now.
Mr.
I
Johnson,
love the French.
He's a good kid.
Fuck you.
He's got bad beer taste. He drinks those sissy Bryce Harper beers. Back in my day, it was Pete Rose Ale, and that was about it.
Listen, Mr. Johnson Souls is a respected member of the show. He's not ethnic at all. He
damn it, son! You're lucky that the Riddler and Jeff aren't there. They know what I'm about. Anyway, boys, have a good show.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Thank you for the call.
Fuck off!
Thank you for the call. Sorry, Mr. Johnson.
It's been a while since Spear Johnson's visited. I'm a big fan. All right, I'm the Cleveland Browns, and I'd like to make a phone call. Bring.
Yeah.
Bring.
Who are you calling?
Oh, hello, San Fran.
Oh, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm the Cleveland Browns. I would like to give you Odell Beckham Jr. and a 6th-round pick. And in exchange, I'd like you to give me Dante Pettis, a 2021 first-round pick, and a 2021 4th-round pick. I know you're a little low on picks this year, so we'll push it to next year. Thank you. I don't really know what we're doing from there, so...
I got you.
So what, you're just going to be like, okay, noted, next person?
Pretty much.
Taking suitors.
I'll let you guys know everything at the end.
When we're done with this, can I go through the other trades that I have?
Yes.
Just because if I lose, I'm going to be really pissed if one of them wins, but I want to know.
Do you want to give all 3 of your trades?
No.
Kendall.
It's not Kendall. He's the GM of the Browns.
No,
John
Phil's the
Rat.
GM of the Browns.
Hey, Rat Kitchens.
He's the GM of the Browns.
Hello.
I'm also not going to tell you if you scored.
Operator. My name is Kendall. I'm the GM of the Browns. I've had a little bit to drink tonight. Notably, from any show you've ever listened to and getting supposed to drunk, that I'm not a good GM. However, I like to bring Odell Beckham Jr. back to the Big Apple in place of the New York Jets. And I'm prepared to give you Jamal Adams. He's a safety who's pretty good.
Just in case you didn't know.
In case you didn't know, he's pretty good, and we really don't want him anymore, nor do we want any money to spend with him. So you're getting a pretty good defensive player, and you're going to get a receiver back in place. This is pretty much my worst pitch ever. Hope to hear back from you soon. Thank you, sir.
All right, so hello, Browns. This is
No, you're the Browns.
Am I the Browns?
Yes.
You're the Browns.
Let's look in the mirror.
Hello, Browns. This is the New England Patriots calling.
No, you're the Browns.
Hi there, Patriots. This is the Browns calling.
Fucking headphones. Rebecca, could you fix the headphones?
Why did the headphones go down?
Yeah, plug them back in under the thing.
Underneath there's a little, just
Anyways,
pull back the apron.
Patriots are going to send a 1st and a 3rd this year for Odell Beckham. That's it.
Mark.
This is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Ooh, wild card.
We will send Alshon Jeffrey and our 3rd-round pick for Odell and a 6th-round pick.
All right. So, as the Cleveland Browns GM, I looked over all the trades, and I feel like the best one for our team is the San Francisco
So,
Giants.
so wait a minute. You're the Browns GM?
Yeah, exactly.
We're all the Browns GM.
Whatever. I am the San Francisco 49ers, and I believe that we are willing to sacrifice our 1st-round pick for Odell Beckham Jr., but we're also getting Dante Pettis back, so we are able to get somewhat of a caliber NFL-ready receiver now. So, I agree with the 49ers.
As your best offer.
As my offer. And then we will go...
Hold on, we need a brief moment. We got 50
Let
seconds.
me step in.
We'll be back in a minute.
We can keep going.
There's no commercial break.
Would you guys like to...
Kyle, real quick, tell me about your first bicycle ride experience.
What? So, if you guys want to hear my order, my favorite offers,
On the ground.
I didn't really like the Jets offer. I mean, I really did like the Jets offer, but it's not realistic.
The thinnest score.
So, I don't think the Niners' 1st-round pick is all that appealing compared to, like, the Eagles' 2nd-round pick.
Well, no, it's not. It's not this year's 1st-round pick. It's next year's 1st-round pick.
I guess I'm doing this kind of wrong. And I'm saying that because I'm doing it more realistic than I am listening to you guys.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No.
So I guess I'll do it more than what you guys offer. You don't want me to do that?
Well, that you have to go off what
All
we're
right.
offering.
So Paul got it right. So that's why Paul gets a point. I also had the 49ers for a first-round pick. All right?
So I get 2 points?
You get one.
Whoa.
Well,
I got a point for winning and a point
Well,
for getting it right.
I talked in my head, and I'm going by one accuracy, and I guess I have to go by what you guys offer.
Hold on. You said
I'm with Paul. I think he
said
gets 2 points.
that if you get like the offer that I made like on my sheet, you get a bonus point.
All right. For this round, you'll get 2.
Yeah, you're damn right I'll get 2.
But and overall, for some reason, can offer me Jamal Adams.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I was sitting when I was doing this. I was like, Kendall and Mock are going to offer pretty much the city.
That's why I was like, you could trade anything.
But I was like, Kyle's going to want this realistic. Can I give you my other 2 trades that I had?
Yes, I would. Just
You know,
about to ask for
but-
them.
Like
Can I give you my other
for
2
that
trades?
one, I'll go off of what I thought. But for now on, I'm going to go off what you guys offer.
Oh, what the fuck?
It makes sense.
Hey,
Well,
Was-
I'm not
was
going
mine
to
decent
contribute
at
to this
least?
then because I did all realistic trades.
I would love to hear your trades.
So these are the last 2 trades I'm proposing. So the the Raiders get Odell Beckham Jr., Dontrell Hillard, and a 2021 fifth-round pick. The Browns get the higher of the first-round picks and the higher of the third-round picks. Defensive tackle P.J. Hall, defensive end Arden Key, and a 2021 third-round pick.
I don't hate that.
That was my complicated trade. And then my fun trade was Odell Beckham Jr. to the Cowboys.
Gross.
Along with a 4th and 6th round pick, and the Browns receive Michael Gallup and a 3rd round pick.
So, Kyle, real quick.
Not a huge fan of that one.
I understand my trade
fair,
was kind of outlandish, but is it acceptable? I mean, I
It's
get,
acceptable.
I get it. I understand.
Mine sucked.
So I know the Jets' interest. I mean, Adams was kind of a guy who was a trade candidate, and I had saw that the Jets were kind of needed for wide receiver help. So that was the only reason that was kind of my.
No, it makes sense, but in my mind, I don't think Jamal Adams is going to get traded.
You have 6 more of these, just so you know. So we got to
we got to
going.
get going.
All right.
But if this happened, if any of these happen to be projected, though, do we get money?
Well, if you win.
Oh no! These are hypothetical, but if these actually happen,
Yeah, for
the
everyone
next
that
one,
happens, I get money.
the next one is Le'Veon Bell. I'm New York Jets. I am listening. And Mock.
All right, so I am the Houston Texans. We will trade you our 3rd round pick and Duke Johnson.
I have such a better offer as the Texans, and what a waste it was on Mock.
Yeah, are you offering Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins?
I have such a better offer. That makes actual sense.
All right, Kendall, go ahead.
Mine makes sense, you jerk.
You are just pouring out the entire farm for something that would never happen. I am the Houston Texans.
I thought you can't do that.
I have 3 running backs who are free agents. I'm willing right now, as the Jets are in need of wide receiver potential. I'm going to give you Will Fuller, and as a need of not exactly an edge rusher, but someone to boost up your defensive rush, Zach Cunningham, a linebacker, and so Fuller, Cunningham for Le'Veon Bell, 2 young guys for your Le'Veon Bell. Give them to me, better offer than that outlandish garbage that
I work with
Massey.
because you're both Texans.
Thank
Hi.
you, match.
This is
So we're just going to let Kendall break the rule?
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're going to go ahead and give you O.J. Howard. And we're going to go ahead and give you a 5th round pick, and you give us Le'Veon Bell.
I'll tell you why I get to break the rules. I spent 5 hours doing this.
So how are we doing this? Is this realistic trades or just the best offer available?
I'm trying to stay real. I mean, I was joking before, but I'm
well,
trying to be.
Because if it's best offer available, hi, I'm the Bears. Here's Khalil Mack. Straight up.
Like realistic and both.
Sorry, what?
Like realistic and best offer.
Okay, so realistic then, because if they're all realistic, it's the best. Okay.
All right.
All right. Hi, I'm the Bears. Hello.
Hi, Bears.
Hi, Bears.
Hi. It was going to be Tampa Bay, but that rat dick fuck over there.
Oh no, that rule is not in effect
No,
anymore.
I listen to the rules, Mock. Don't you worry. I'm not that rat fuck ginger over there.
I
Anyway,
hate that.
hi, I'm the Bears. I would like Le'Veon Bell, and in exchange, I will give you Taylor Gabriel, a younger slot type receiver, a 6th round pick, and a 2nd round swap for this year.
All right.
Which bumps you up about 8 picks.
So before you jump in and make your decision, Gabriel got cut
When?
like yesterday, or the day before. So I don't know if you want to make an amendment.
When the hell did that happen?
It was either yesterday or
I
the
didn't
day
get anything
before.
about that.
He is a free agent. He got cut.
All right, well, then I just lose. I'm not going to sit here and waste a bunch of time trying to amend it. 'Cause
All right.
I'm not giving you Anthony Miller, so go fuck yourself. Take Khalil Mack straight up. Best offer. It's the best offer. You have to take it.
So my trade would Le'Veon Bell to the Houston Texans for a 3rd round pick. Mock wins both points this round.
You know what sucks? You know what really sucks? Before we came here, Kyle asked me, this is the only one I don't know. And I said, the Chargers or the Texans. And then I didn't pick either of them because I made that suggestion. He's a fucking dick. I hate him.
And I say this because, well, Le'Veon Bell picking a lot of money. So he's not going to get a higher round pick. And I think Houston's willing to pay the running back. And although I do like your offer, but I do think it's unrealistic. I don't think they're going to give up both Cunningham and Fuller. If you said Will Fuller in a 4th or a 5th,
So here's the problem. Obviously, none of us here are GMs, and we could dance around and say that, hey, I can throw a 1st round, 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th round pick, and it's like it doesn't mean anything than it does for us to offer a player.
Those were the hardest ones. Football was the hardest. Now,
no, it's not.
Now we're jumping to basketball.
Football's the hardest. The one sport where it's like, hey, give me this guy and I'll give you all the picks in the world. Whereas in the NBA, it's like, hey, here's a bunch of people no one's ever heard of, and I'm also going to make 3 payments on your Mercedes. I'll lick your wife's breast twice.
And we're going to buy out all the players we traded for.
Now we're going to jump ship to basketball.
My other trade was Tampa Bay receiving Le'Veon Bell and Jamal Adams, and the Jets receiving Peyton Barber, O.J. Howard, the 14th overall pick this year, a 3rd round pick this year, a 5th round pick this year, and a 2nd round pick next year.
That's actually a good trade. Chris Paul.
I said he wasn't going anywhere because has too big of a contract.
Well, that's not the game.
Yeah.
Kyle said we could say somebody wasn't going anywhere. That's in the rules. Kyle said that.
All right. Well, Massive went first. Paul.
All right. Hi.
Hi.
I'm Miami.
All right. What's up, bro?
I would like to offer you Gordon Dragic, I'd offer you Dragic, Johnson, Winslow, and Robinson, and a 2nd round pick for Chris Paul, Andre Robertson, and a 1st round pick, lottery protected.
Kendall?
I just have one. Hi, OKC. My name is Blah from the Wizards. I have something that would work your bank account and it wouldn't affect mine. Give us John. Well, I'll give you John Wall. Give us Chris Paul because the money works.
Mock?
All right. Here we go. I'm the Brooklyn Nets. We're going to send Spencer Dinwiddie and a 1st round pick for Chris Paul.
All right. So, I reject the Brooklyn Nets offer.
No, you don't.
Massey, you are wrong.
Okay.
Obviously, because he's looking to deal him, so you're fucked.
And I will have to agree with the Washington Wizards. I'm going to get a younger point guard that's going to fit my team now. The money matches and everything. So, Kendall, you got 1 point.
Thank you.
I didn't really go off money. I had Lakers getting Chris Paul for Kyle Kuzma in the 1st round. So, we're going to go with Ben Simmons.
Do you disagree?
Oh
I see.
God.
I see a look.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's just lucky that there's going to be somebody else in the car on the way home.
Ben Simmons.
My other trade was Chris Paul, Chris Paul, Gallinari, and 2 first-rounders for Otto Porter, Denzel Valentine, Thaddeus Young, and Zach LaVine.
Ben Simmons.
He is untradeable. And I'll tell you why. I spent 5 hours today on this website, NBA Trade Machine, and I've done so much. And that triple P, which I've never heard of before, the poison pill penmanship, whatever that thing is in NBA, is almost impossible to work around. Now, granted, I'm not a good GM. I've never admitted that. But I care and I try, and I have not figured out what to do. So please, I defer to anyone who knows NBA better than I via Paul and Kyle. Please take me through this so I can understand.
I'm actually going to agree with Kendall because I did the exact same thing.
Muck?
I'm the New York Knicks.
I decline your offer.
Hold on. We're going to give you Julius Randle.
Tried it.
And Dennis Smith Jr.
Tried it.
And 2 first-round picks.
Paul?
Not available.
I am the Thunder. I would like Ben Simmons. I will give you Shayla Gilgeous-Alexander, Terrence Ferguson, Darius Beasley, a 2021 first-round pick, a 2022 first-round swap, and a 2023 first-round lottery protected pick.
Ooh, my picks are unprotected. You get what I get.
Just want to specify.
The Thunder win. We're getting a point guard that is a win now mentality, and 2 younger guys that can shoot the ball. He is tradable because Embiid and Simmons do not play together.
Now, real quick, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but can we put it through the system and talk about the additionals that you can't include in the things just for conversation's sake, or do you not want to do that at all?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
We don't have to. We don't
So
have to.
my
I
trade-
We don't have enough time.
Do we not?
No.
So my trade was Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and a first-round pick for Ben Simmons.
That's not enough.
No, I'm sure there'll be more.
That's not even close enough. My other trade offer was Ben Simmons, Al Horford, and a first-round pick to the Blazers for Damian Lillard, Nurkic, and Cash.
I think I just heard Kyle's boner hit the table.
No, because that trade makes the most perfect sense.
Yeah, that's
And
why your boner hits the table.
Next.
Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I got about 30 of these.
Let's go through all 30 right
No.
now.
Paul, go first.
I have. Can I go last? I'm only asking because I'm too confused off my 4. Hopefully somebody eliminates one for me.
All right. Massive.
All right. I have Embiid going to the Wizards for Bradley Beal, John Wall, and 2 first-round picks.
Jesus Christ. Holy fuck.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, that and way to overpay for Embiid. I didn't think that was possible. Mock?
I'm still really salty about the John Wall for Chris Paul trade.
All right.
Guy hasn't played a game in 7 years.
Go to Kendall. This isn't the right.
All right, Kendall.
Hello, 76ers. I am blah, blah, blah from the Knicks. I'm going to prepare to trade you Mr. Randall and Taj Gibson for Joel Embiid. Because the money works out perfectly.
Wait, what was the trade? Sorry, I blinked out for a minute and then I heard Taj Gibson. And I was like, what else did you give
That's
besides
it.
the rights to the city?
Julius Randle and Taj Gibson.
For Joel Embiid?
Yep.
Have fun eating out of tuna fish cans for the rest of your life.
Financially, it is a perfect trade.
So Kendall is just going purely
that's
based
the thing,
on the
though, is
finances.
you got to look in depth on things like this as a GM. Because Ben Simmons, for example, when we did the last one, Ben Simmons is only making $8.1 million, and that's not even close to what that guy should be making. He's still on his rookie deal.
Ben Simmons
Money doesn't mean anything.
We are New
Didn't he
York
get a
City.
super max or didn't he get a max contract?
He did, but it doesn't start till
Right, it doesn't start till next year.
We are New York City. It doesn't matter. We'll just upcharge the fans another $76. It doesn't matter.
Perfect.
All right.
Mock.
I
Is there a
am
cap limited in the NBA?
the Phoenix Suns.
There's actually also a cap penalty.
Like luxury tax in baseball?
No. Like if you don't spend enough, you get
Oh,
fined
that I've heard.
a
yeah.
percentage of what's left.
So you can't just tank it, right?
All right.
You can't roll it over.
I am the Phoenix Suns.
I am very intrigued.
We will trade you Dario Saric,
All right. Bringing it back.
DeAndre Ayton, and Mikal Bridges in a second-round pick.
Paul?
Take it.
I don't know if I want to vomit or not.
You don't.
If you're thinking about it, you probably.
All right, Kyle, you want the one that's going to make you hard, the one that's going to make me hard, or the one that's going to make a lot of NBA fans pissed?
Pissed.
Pissed? All right. Nah, I can't
Does
do this.
does he get
I
to?
can't do it.
Does he get to?
All right,
to be
Kyle.
the one that,
Yeah.
Or, sorry, not Kyle. Sixers or whatever the fuck you are. Whatever GM you are. I would like Embiid, Al Horford, and 2 second-round picks in exchange for 2 first-round picks, Mike Conley, Bojan Bogdanovic, and Rudy Gobert.
Oh, wow. Didn't see that coming.
Oh, wow, right on the head.
yeah.
Nice. Matt showed me an article.
There's only 2 left. There's only 2 I would even consider.
Well, you got to pick one.
I,
That's the point of the game.
I'm going to choose the Jazz.
It's the one I was gonna go with too, but
And
I changed.
I say the Jazz because we're getting a center that's almost to the...
Is that not more of an overpay than what the?
Nope.
No.
The one thing the Jazz need more than anything else is a reason for free agents to come there. They built their entire team through the draft.
So, personally, I had Joel Embiid to the Miami Heat for Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and 2 first-round picks.
Not enough.
Like, I don't think the money matches up or whatever, but it's a start. And it's tough because
The money on this one matches up because Mike Conley's making a decent amount and Rudy Gobert is so, and then dumping out Horford's contract.
and it's tough because the Sixers, well, obviously they obviously need a center back in that trade. I think those are the only 2 that make sense.
Which one? The Jazz and which one?
The Heat.
Oh, the Phoenix Suns.
No, we don't need Mike.
and the Magic.
My other 3 trades that I liked the most were the Bulls get Embiid, the Sixers get 2 first-round picks, top 3 protected on both, Wendell Carter Jr., Denzel Valentine, and Otto Porter Jr. The second one was the Kings get Embiid, Zahari Smith, and Mike Scott, and the Sixers get Buddy Hield, Marvin Bagley, and Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Is that the one that's going to piss everybody off?
No, the one that's going to piss everybody off is Embiid, Richardson, and a 22 first-round protected pick in exchange for Gordon Hayward and Jason Tatum.
Dude, that would be pretty dope.
Why would everybody hate that?
Because that would just shake up the entire fucking, everything in the East. All right, next.
Now we're going to jump to baseball.
Are you keeping track of score, by the way?
Yes, I am. So now we got the Colorado Rockies and Nolan Arenado.
I had this huge blockbuster trade that was it basically was Nolan Arenado for Chris Bryant with a bunch of other shit, and Kyle's like, you can't do that.
Mock.
All right. So, I am the New York Yankees. We will trade you, once I finish scrolling here, Miguel Andujar, Davy Garcia, odd first name, and Aaron Hicks. Saw the name on here. I wasn't super thrilled about it, but we'll throw him in there.
Yankee fans are so fucking delusional.
Well, Kyle, this is
You have to give to get. and
This
I
is an
don't-
article here,
Yeah, I get it, but
and I mean, what are the Rockies doing besides just paying Arenado?
it doesn't matter. You have to give to get.
Next.
Kendall.
Hello, Rockies. I am the Miami Marlins. We are prepared to give you Francisco Cervelli. Will add some depth to your much-needed catcher position and gives you some veteran leadership. And we're prepared to give you prospect starting pitcher Edward Cabrera, who's projected to come up this year. He just come off a 9-4 year with 3 minor league teams. I think it's 2 or 3 minor league teams with a 2.33 ERA. And we're prepared to give you your option between $7 and $10 million cash.
7 to 10 other players.
Paul.
I am the Phillies.
Well, Paul won this round.
I would like to receive Nolan Arenado and shortstop prospect Taran Varva. In exchange, I would like to give you pitchers Jake Arrieta and Spencer Howard, along with catcher prospect Rafael Marchin and outfield prospect Jahilian Ortiz and international pool money.
Mass.
Hi there, this is the Chicago White Sox.
Yep, they win.
We'd like to go ahead and give you Nick Madrigal, Danny Mendick, Jake Berger, and we'll also go ahead and give... Hold on, I lost the name. Stand by.
I think you're looking for Johan Moncada.
Yeah.
Now you can play second.
And Andrew Vaughn.
Yeah.
All right, question. How many of those are starting pitchers?
He has about the same amount of clue as you do about who won the 1987 men's 200-meter freestyle medley.
Oh, that was John Sipowicz.
Oh, right on the money there, Mark.
That was the 70s.
My bad.
Stand by real quick. I'll let
It was
you
his
know
last
in just a
Olympics.
moment.
I'm going to be really upset if all 4 of these guys are pitchers and that's what wins this trade. Like, we had to do this delay thing because, unfortunately, the GM of my favorite team has no fucking clue what he's doing. That sounds more of a Garpax kind of thing. There is no fucking way they would trade Chris Paul for John Wall straight up.
All 4 of them are pitchers. No, I'm just fucking with you. None of them are pitchers.
Paul wins.
None of them are pitchers. It's even better.
And Paul wins because of this. The Rockies have... I am desperately looking for starting pitching. They're offering me Spencer Howard, who is the number 2 prospect in their system. And I just need
I understand, Kyle. You picked your guy. So, but I'm curious, you're not interested in our number 1 pitching prospect who is projected this year?
Who else?
I'm offering you $10 million cash and Francisco Cervelli to bolster a veteran leadership.
I'm not interested in that.
Okay, well then you're the GM of that team.
He's offering me like 5 or 6 more pieces. I don't
And
need,
international pool money.
I don't need $10 million. Good.
Are you sure?
He's dumping a huge contract.
Give
See,
me
my
some-
trade, that's why I tried to make the money, kind of going back to the Kendall route there. Like, hey, I'm taking on Arenado's contract, but I kind of need you to take Arrieta's contract.
And also, Cervelli sucks.
Kyle, your catchers suck. I'm giving you a
We
guy.
don't. We have a catcher that threw out a lot of people last year.
Great. Do it once. Do it twice.
Yeah, he's
Kyle-
done it twice.
Do it 3 times, shame on
Kyle,
me.
you did it once.
I wasn't sure where that was
I don't
going.
need an Asian catcher when I have Tony Walter
Kyle,
behind
you know
the
what?
dish.
Kyle, I don't like Francisco Cervelli, but you know what? He's a guy who's been in the league for a long time for a reason, and it's because he provides better leadership and he's a good standard catcher player.
All right, Kyle, my other option was the Cardinals get Arenado for Matt Carpenter, Ivan Herrera, and Randy Arozarena.
Oh, I was actually looking at that trade.
All right, so I kind of
I
have.
looked at that one.
I have the Cardinal, but I have a different package.
All right, let's hear it.
I have Alex Reyes, and I say that because he's been hurt the last 2 years, and it's time for him to either show up or shut up. And
They call that nut up.
That's a
or shut
good
up.
saying. Did you come up with that?
yeah,
Nice.
he's had Tommy John the last 2 years, and he needs to change the scenery or he needs to get the fuck out of St. Louis.
That would be the same thing.
Whatever.
I knew Mock was thinking it, so I said it for him.
So Tommy Edman,
Not for you, Mock.
and it's because he doesn't have a place of position at this point.
I only said Matt Carpenter because if Arenado goes to St. Louis, Matt Carpenter needs a new job. So you might as well try to work him into the
But he
package.
can play first or right.
Nah, he's out of St. Louis if they get Arenado.
According to Yahoo Fantasy Baseball, Matt Carpenter plays like every position.
But he's still out of St. Louis.
And it's Tommy Edman is a player that he's a primary shortstop, but they have Paul DeYoung, they have Colton Wong, but I don't think the Rockies want
They
him.
have Kim Jong-un, Haiju Ryan,
Starting
And I think it would take
Hentai Foka.
another 2 top 20 prospects.
All right, last, right?
Yep. Chris Bryant. Massey, go first.
Hi there. This is the Philadelphia Phillies. Giving a call. I'd like to send you Alex Bohm.
Wait, which team are you?
Philadelphia Phillies.
Oh.
Zach Eflin.
Efron.
And Adonis Medina. And you go ahead and give us Chris Bryant.
I had that written down, but I deleted it. Like something similar to that.
Kendall.
Hi, Cubs. I'm the Tampa Bay Rays. I know you're in the need for some pitching of all kinds. I'm prepared to give you our starting pitcher, Yanni Kiernos, 26 years old, 14-10, and with an ERA of 3.71 over the last 2 years. And our pitching prospect, Shane McClellan, is 22 years old. For the past year, he's played for 3 of our minor league teams. Is 11-6 with a 3.36 ERA, and our top pitching prospect ready to come up as soon as possible.
Paul.
Hold on one sec.
Mock.
All right, I'm ready. No, I'm ready. I was just looking up something real quick. Hi, Cubs.
Right.
I'm the Dodgers. I'm looking to win again. Or win for
For the first time.
finally. In exchange for Chris Bryant, I'd like to offer you pitching prospects Dustin May and Dennis Santana, along with third base prospect Cody Hose and utility man prospect Edwin Rios, to offer you a young core to kind of like do a mini rebuild within your still win now mentality.
Mock.
New York Yankees here again.
We're gonna offer you Michael Jordan.
So similar thing, but it's Andujar and I don't know how to say his name, Divey Garcia. But we're also going to put in Clint Frazier and
This dick.
Zach Britton
Wow.
for Chris Bryant.
I will have to go with Mox.
Overpaid a lot. Good job, Mark. Good
I
for
don't
you.
think so.
What?
It's not overpay.
I had the Washington National. It was Bryant Schwarber for Spencer Keyboom, Victor Robles, and Joe Ross.
Hey, if I offered you this trade, would it have won? Atlanta gets Chris Bryant in exchange for third base / outfield prospect Austin Riley and pitcher prospects Ian Anderson and Kyle Wright.
Yeah.
Damn it. That's the problem with writing down too many of them. You second guess yourself. Also, this was my big blockbuster trade. It was the Cubs get Nolan Arenado, and the Rockies get Chris Bryant, Wilson Contreras, and Tyler Chatwood. Which is a very good trade. Kyle, what's going on over there?
I have the hiccups.
He's going to throw.
You gonna vom?
Yeah, I just got the hiccups.
All right.
He's going to bomb.
All right, well, Kyle, that was a lot of fun.
Good job,
Yeah.
Kyle.
Next time, I think you propose something like this. You do it earlier in the week, so we can get more homework done. That way, we can do it earlier in the show when there's more sober people involved. Because you and Kendall are kind of rough right now.
No, I'm just kind of bummed.
Do you guys want to know who won the gift card?
Sure.
Yeah.
Paul.
You know, that could have hit anywhere else on this table and it would have landed right in front of me.
What was the score?
4-3 with the closest.
Mark, I take it you were 3?
Because
I knew
neither
we
of
were
us got
close.
points.
I'm just going to use it towards something for the show. So,
I'm just, I mean, like I said, I'm not
like
bitter.
a couple pairs of socks for me to be comfortable
Except
in
you're
while I
bitter.
record.
No, I'm not bitter. Just I spent 5 hours today. It's like I wanted to find something that wasn't on Bleacher Report or any major site. I just try to do something out that would make sense, but it didn't seem like that it was worth it. I should have just went to go to any of those sites that already had a predetermined thing and played on that. That's why I'm disappointed. I'm not mad at anybody. I just thought I wasn't happy, but I thought I did a good job searching.
You did do a good job. It's not about not doing a good job. It's just there was more.
I don't know. Well,
enticing.
the conversation that we had tonight, I just felt that I would have spent less time doing what was already said, because that's what would have won.
I mean, to be fair, the point you got was off of some real bullshit. Because Chris Paul for John Wall straight up would never happen. That was
And you know what, Paul? I don't disagree. Because I spent so much time today on that NBA trade machine because I was fascinated by it with it.
Yeah, but here's the problem with the NBA trade machine thing. You used it to find a trade.
But no, I listen. I spent literally 5 hours today just messing around, and there's other sites like this that have similar trade things on financial and what needs are.
Right, but the problem with something like that is that takes it.
And Paul, I understand. I get it.
It's
very literal. It's very literal.
No, it's not that it's literal though. It's just that takes like. It takes a more 2K stance to it. Where it's like, oh, we could never trade Ben Simmons. He's way too valuable. He's a generational talent.
Right,
everybody's got a price.
I understand. I just, I try
and
to
honestly, Chris, in my opinion, Ben Simmons has reached his ceiling already. Ben Simmons is never going to get any better than he is now.
And the thing is, whatever that.
I don't think he's even worse. I don't think he's worth more than 2 first-round picks, to be honest with you.
That triple P, whatever it stands for, it's a poison pill. So I don't know what it means, but
I've never even heard of that.
It's some nonsense that's created by it, but it's just like it. When you use stuff like this, like hey, I'm the average consumer. Let me try to use your thing. Oh, excuse me, you can't use this person because he has this, and that. Excuse me, and it's like I've never heard of that. I don't know what that means. Listen, I'm happy. This was a lot of fun. This was a good segment. I'm disappointed. That's it. We move on. And I also have to pee, which is a bummer.
That's right. Okay, sorry. The poison pill provision it's basically the Gilbert Arenas rule.
Because the money is going to be given to him no matter what, right?
Well, it's signing. So like you must have whenever that popped up, there must have been an incorporation of some sort of free agent involved. It's basically like saying, "Hey, we're going to sign this free agent before he's a free agent."
So Ben Simmons is not the only person that I suffered from this from. He was the namesake who came.
I'm saying trade packages there had to have been something going on. I don't know. I have to look at what you did. Right. Beer reviews. Mock.
I had the Yingling Black and Tan, which it's a beer. I mean, I had it the other night for the first time in like a few years, so I was kind of craving it again. But I enjoy it very much.
I've never heard the Black and Tan being a craved beer.
We did. When I brought back those 2 cases of Yingling Light and Black and Tan, when you couldn't get it, remember we had it at
Yeah, I remember you stuffed it into fucking cabinets in our dorm.
Yeah, because we couldn't fit it all in the fridge. I brought back 2 cases of each of them, and the Black and Tan was by far the best of the Yingling.
It was
beers.
good. It was good. I don't doubt it. It just it's fun.
Yeah. Walk your statement back.
Yeah.
Mock, you're exempt because we talked about it earlier. Does Kendall and Mass, you guys know the proper 2 ingredients to make a Black and Tan?
Ooh,
an authentic Black and Tan?
Something black and something tan.
Technically, no.
One is a porter, I believe, and the tan is I don't remember.
It's Guinness and Bass is the actual standard bearer of the Black and Tan.
Yes,
but it's technically it's a porter and an English ale. So, Mass, you had a couple different beers, right?
Yeah, so I did.
What was your who'd you start with?
So I started with hold on, where the hell is it? What is this even called? I forget.
Why are you putting them in bags like you have a problem?
I don't know. So Kendall from the what is it collection?
This is from the Rat Collection.
The Rat Collection. Pumpkin Spice Cannoli from
Sheben.
This was not great. It was like a really crappy creamsicle that somebody pissed in.
I mean, unfortunately, that's kind of like stems from the world of like people just love that experimental thing. Like that was probably something that was like relatively regularly limited, and like they got a case of it from somebody. Like it was something that it was just one of those things where it was like, you know what? We'll make enough so that everybody's like, oh, I have to try it, so I'll buy a 4-pack, and then we won't make any more than that. Well, no, because then no one else will buy it again. Yeah. But it's just a profit mover. But
1 out of 5 stars.
The craft beer we've gotten,
don't pull by the mic there.
Yeah, break the mic.
1 out of 5 stars.
The craft beer world that we've gotten into is just about like, hey, let's make something really fucking weird.
Let's throw it out there. They'll buy it.
But let's make a small amount of it.
Yeah.
So they clean it out because they have to try it. It's like when Evil Twin made the beer that was made with real pepperoni pizza and money.
Sorry, what?
They brewed a beer and they put actual $20 bills and whole pepperoni pizzas into the
I feel like
brewery.
that's illegal.
No, it's not.
But isn't that like destroying money?
Nah, they bought destroyed currency.
Ah.
They bought like out of date currency. It was $20 bills that weren't colored anymore and stuff like that.
It's probably really
Just filled with
unclean.
cocaine and weed and shit. Made a call
It's
to the
pretty hot,
bullpen,
man.
Why would there be weed on
to
the 20?
the New Haven Nighthawk Lights. This is a decent light beer. A little bit of a hoppy taste for an aftertaste. Wasn't a huge fan of it, but I'd give it like 2 out of 5 stars. I might drink it again if like somebody put it in front of me, but I'm not going out of my way to get it.
So I'd like to revisit my review for
Yes.
that. I'd like to start doing that from time to time if we can. For the New Haven Nighthawk, I'm not going to go through all my whatevers, but I said it was a very light, thin-bodied beer with minimal hops and grain, nothing distinguishable but extremely crushable. 2.5 stars. Maybe you would get it again. It's essentially like it's one of those beers like that's before its time because it's actually been around for a while, but we're starting to see an emergence of crushable craft beers.
Yeah.
Because you have people out there that, like Mock has kind of like come down from it, but Mock was on a craft beer high for a little while, where he was big, kind of a beer snob.
A
little bit. I was too. I won't deny it. But one that comes to mind, a more recent one, is the Goose Island makes one called, I think it's really called So Low. It's an IPA that's 3.2%. I mean, talk about crushable. I mean, it would take you a 30 rack to go through a Buffalo Bills table for that.
We
Baron.
should do that this year.
Yeah, I think we lost Kyle for the night.
All right, we'll finish off with that. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So you had 3 different beers?
Yep, that's right.
Go ahead.
I started off with Smell Like I Sound from Carton on the Road Brewery.
Terrible brewery.
In Connecticut, 8% alcohol by volume, roughly $12. Kind of a golden color. It's got the it's an IPA, so it's got that golden color, citrusy, earthy with very similar flavors. Kind of actually more a bready component, perhaps in flavor, taste. Very tasty. I liked it. It wasn't too heavy. It was one of those beers I think I would enjoy it a lot more actually on tap. Just kind of my assumption.
Fair.
I give it 3 stars. Would absolutely get it again. Now, then the second beer I had tonight was the Super Duper Double Citra from Thomas Hooker. I've had it before. I was looking for it in the book. I can't remember if I've recorded it here or not, but I've had it on the show before. I enjoy it a lot. Absolutely get it again. It's one of the flushes upstairs. And I closed the night from Sheben. They have their pumpkin spice cannoli. 5.2%, roughly $14.
It was $14 for that?
Well, it's a
Probably it's a specialty beer.
It's a projected. Coppery in color, that chocolatey caramel coffee aroma as well as taste. However, it's not good. It's not good. I'm sorry. It just, it's one of those beers that, hey, we made it just to make it. I give it 1 star. I would not get this again. It's just, I don't like pumpkin beers. And the cannoli aspect of it was just kind of like a chance to get more people at having a pumpkin beer, in my opinion.
1 star.
I had from the Rat Collection 2 beers from Sheben as well. The first beer I had was these are a few of my favorite things in New England IPA. 5.7%, very straw colored, citrus smells, and a floral flavor. It had a floral citrus aroma, very hazy with very mild bitterness. It's definitely the best Sheben beer by far that I've ever had. And normally that's not saying much about something like Sheben, but it was actually a very good beer. Had very good flavor. I gave it 3.5 stars and said sure I'd get it again. Something I never thought I'd say about Sheben.
Hey.
Moving on to Sheben beer number 2, the Bullet Takes Flight Double IPA. Golden color, citrus aroma, and citrus hoppy flavor. Very bitter with notes of Czech and Galaxy hops. Had good flavor and solid body. It's a very good dinner beer. It's like a good, enjoy it while you're eating some food type of beer because of the level of bitterness on it. At 8.3%, I gave it 3 stars and said sure, I get it again. So not too not so bad. I definitely picked the better of the Sheben lineup tonight. Unfortunately, I think I'm running out of beers from Kendall's thing that I can put in my book. Free cattle. Yeah, so there we go. So next week we have Kyle doing shot trivia. The private stock makes its week 2 return. We have Mass. Speaking of the mic, come on, bro.
The segment that I propose.
Yes, that's a segment that he would like to. I'm actually, what we're gonna do is next week. Mass is about to poop his pants a little bit. We're going to be doing Mass's takeover.
Ooh, the Mass takeover.
Mm-hmm.
We're still in February next week, aren't we?
Yeah, you're just going to do the takeover next week. And then we got a lot of fun stuff planned for March. We got to come up with a segment for March because, as we said, this is the year of the monthly segments.
Well, that's going to be my monthly segment.
Next week, take us into March.
For a week.
We'll talk about it up there. We'll figure it out. So next week is TBD. It's going to be fun, though. We'll figure some shit out. TBD. But until then, I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler.
I'm Mark.
Sheen Washable.
Nope.
I'm Hiccup Souls.
The Mass Chris Massey.
And you can find us on Facebook, Getting with the Drunk.
Oh, yeah, I forgot all about
Instagram,
that.
Getting with the Drunk. Twitter, GSWD_4. And anywhere you can find any podcast, internet radio show, Getting Supposed to Drunk.
Especially on Spreaker.
Yes, and I am the rat of a Red Baron.
Rat. I forgot all about the resignaling.
Yeah.